Okay. Well, we are officially starting our very first day of I was gonna call it my like building it tips and tricks, but I don't know, learn with Laney kind of has like a little bit of a little twang to it, a little sparkle. Katie, thank you so much. Thank you, welcome in. So today is our first installment of Learn with Laney. Laney teaches with the double S is crazy. So today it's pretty much just gonna be as basic as I can get it. It's going to be I'm using a reference photo, so I'll be teaching you how I essentially will use a reference photo and make it into a Sims build. This is for beginning, I will say a really, really helpful tool. Hi, Brittany, welcome in. Hi, Lexi. A very good beginner way because it's not making you come up with something on your own, like right off the dome. Just having like a floor plan and a reference photo to kind of base it off of will take a little bit of that extra weight off your shoulder when you're first learning to build, especially if you're trying to get better. It's just, something that is a little bit of a beginner tool. I will say Pinterest is a really, really good reference. Like the floor plan websites are always really good too, and they'll quite literally give you like the inside layouts as well. I will say, if you're going to be referencing an inside layout, something to keep in mind is the dimensions for real life versus The Sims almost never compute mathematically. You know what I mean? So, like, what might be like two tiles in real life when like in the Sims it's not two tiles, it's like 1 point random or like vice versa. It just is never going to be perfect. So keep in mind if you are going to be using a reference photo, I always say try to take a little bit of creative freedom with it. Don't try to quite literally replicate every single bit and piece of it because you will drive yourself crazy trying to get the proportions to be identical. Also, hi Casey, welcome in. Thank you. Oh, we're not syncing today either. Hi, Jay. Hi, Batman. Thank you guys. Thank you. Let me see. Oh, another disclaimer. I am not claiming to be the best builder, the only builder, the build of all builds. You know what I mean? I'm not claiming that at all. But as someone that does specifically do a lot of building, especially on live, on like my TikToks and stuff like that, the number one question I always get is something involving building and how I do something or just questions involving building. So instead of trying to film a video and doing it that way, I feel like the best thing I can do is just stream it. And if we're lucky, I might even upload it. All right. So again, recapping, we are currently doing a day. I have now implemented a day in the schedule where, as a Sims builder, I will be teaching you my tips and tricks on how I build something. And today we voted, and you guys wanted to see how I would quote unquote replicate a build. So today the picture on the screen is the one that we will be replicating. Oh, I have a bajillion things open in the background. I wonder if that has anything to do with it. Okay, quit. Exit. Okay, well, not my experiment. um, so yes, that's what we're doing today. So I will be teaching you first how I would replicate it, and then the floor plan will then follow. I don't know if I'll be able to actually pull up the picture because I was already having GPU issues. So we will try our best. If not, I'll show you how I would quote unquote then floor plan something if I didn't have a floor plan to go off of. So I hope you guys love it today. Today is the day where if you have any questions about building, rapid fire them at me because if there's one thing I can do, it's one, over explain, two, yeah. So also hi Krista, welcome in. Hi Stacy. Is not the game really? Hi name twin. Hi Ella, welcome in. So yes, we will be getting started with this picture. I did put it in the Discord as well if you're wanting to have the same one to try yourself. Roofing is a big one, that's for sure. Roofing we will absolutely get to. And this one especially will be a little bit fun, so shall follow along. Now, I will say the first thing I'm going to do is to show you my camera settings and all of that. So I'm going to go to my menu, my game options. Here are what my display and graphics settings currently look like. I am streaming, so some things I do turn off. And I do use a Gshade, so I have my smoothing off, stuff like that. And then if I go to my game camera, this is what mine looks like. I'm actually gonna turn off my edge scrolling today because I'm having issues with that lately. But I always use the Sims 3 camera. If you are not a Sims 3 camera user, I cannot praise it enough. You are seriously missing out if you are not using that camera. I will say too, as far as like alt placement and stuff like that, I think it does require the Sims 3 camera. So it doesn't hurt to try it. If you are someone that prefers to use the Sims 4 camera for mobility issues, just try it. You got to commit to it. You got to try it. Also, hi Lexi. I do have also my cameras inverted as well. It just makes more sense in my head personally. It's not something you need to do. Again, these are just my personal preferences. I have always had this even when I first went to The Sims 4 when it came out. These are always what my settings look like as far as my game options. PC, it's different on console. Yes. I am playing on PC. Yes. Thank you for that one. I've always used Sims 3. I will say too, if you use a laptop, I would highly, highly, highly recommend getting a mouse. If you're using a trackpad, you are one of this world's strongest soldiers. I don't know how you play the game with a trackpad. You need a mouse. You can get one on like Amazon, at Walmart, literally anywhere. Just get something. If you can't get something that plugs in, get a Bluetooth one, get a corded one, whatever you can get, please, please get it. So that's what I will say. Please do that. I don't think there's anything else as far as replicated to building that you might need to know. Well, that's just what mine look like. So I'm currently at a 30 by 20 lot. If there's one thing I do is I try to lean more towards smaller lots. If you have too big of a lot, you're going to really struggle with how you're going to fill that space because less is more, especially in The Sims. In real life as well, less is more. So don't choose like a 50 by 50 lot if you're doing a tiny home. Don't do it because you have to remember how badly landscaping matters when it comes to The Sims. And if you landscape a 50 by 50 lot with a tiny home, you will lose your ever loving mind. So keep that in mind. Also, thank you for the follow. Thank you, Bella. Thank you. All right, so I learned this the hard way. Yeah, true. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is get your wall tool and you're going to want to plan where the front of your house is going to be. So in the picture, it looks like it has a bump out right about here, I want to say. Maybe like right here. And it has two windows next to each other in space on either side. So one tile for the space, two tiles for the windows, one tile for the space on the other side. Now, what you could do is do three and then fit the two tile windows, whatever, like this. But do you see it looks a little bit crowded? I just don't love the crowded look. I would rather give myself a little bit more space, and especially for furnishing the inside, I feel like I definitely prefer having 4 tiles over 3. It's way easier to work with. And again, that's something that you'll learn as you get used to building, that certain things are just a little bit easier to work with. So I'm going to go ahead and do 4. And that is a bump out. So less is more, just one little bump out right there. And then I'm going to pull this over because this is where our front door is going to go. I could never, ever recommend doing one tile for a door. Even if we're doing, hi Bella, thank you for the follow. I know, we love Devin. We love, love, love. So, you're always building. I am always building. But if you do one tile, it looks too squished. It always looks too squished. Even if it's a one tile door, just give it to for your own peace of mind. I promise you, you're going to prefer it. It's going to look so much better. 2 tiles minimum for your front door. Hi, welcome in, Allie. Thank you for the follow too. Hi, Toyo, though. How are you? And thank you for all the gifts. Thank you so much. So there we already have where our front door is gonna go and where that little bump out is. So we're gonna close this off like that. And we already have this little bit. So on the other side of this, we have another little part that has 2 windows, but it has a little bit more space. But I'll probably still only do the 4 tiles because we don't need it to be too big. Hi, Linda, welcome in. Thank you guys for the follows too. So that will perfectly fit 2 windows right there. Anything more, and it's going to look a little bit too long and like you're going to need to fill out extra space. You could come back and do that, but for now, I am just going to do that. You can always return back and make changes as needed. Don't feel like you have to stick to whatever you put down the first time. You do, Allie? Yay. Also, thank you for the follows. Okay, so that's this side. I'll go ahead and pull this in. And then on this side, again, the bump out, I want to line this up with this just to make it more symmetrical. Symmetry is that the word I'm looking for? Symmetry is so important when it comes to roofing. Roofing is a big thing that people always struggle with, and if you have a bunch of different walls that everything is not lining up and it's not symmetrical, blah blah blah, I promise you it's going to make it so much harder to roof. And then if you quite literally just line it up, even if it doesn't match the reference photo, do it anyways. So I need to take notes. Okay, that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here for you. It's gonna hate me after this stream. Well, I will be posting the VOD, so if you need to rewatch this, it will be available to rewatch. I'm also currently live on the Purple app. And if you're over on the Purple app, it will be available to rewatch. If I am feeling nice enough, I might even clip it up a little bit and put it on YouTube. That's if you're lucky. I'm in my YouTube era. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. And Caitlin, thank you for sharing the live. Thank you, thank you. You also got a pack. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. And then again, over here, it's the same thing. It's just the 2 windows next to each other. These ones are a little bit more squished with the shutter next to it. Personally, again, I'm going to lean more towards symmetry, so I'm just going to do 4. So that is a perfect spot for 2 windows to go right there, and then I'm just going to end the wall. Just like so. So there we have the front of the house. I'm just going to go ahead and close it off like that because I'm only looking at the front right now. And then if we come up this, we have a roof that slants like that. Thank you, Trilla. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I'll be able to rewatch it. I'm so excited to be able to try to build this. You should. You definitely should. So now you need to take in mind if you're doing a replica of a house and using a photo reference, what classifies as a second floor? Because we don't have the ability to do attics or rooms with slanted walls necessarily. So creating that second floor when it comes to a real life reference photo might be different because of what our limitations are in The Sims. So I can already say we're probably going to need a second floor just right above here because we have that nice big window that goes right above the other one right here. But on this little piece, I don't think I'm going to put a room right there. Now, there is like a little like dormer, but it's inside the roof. So what I think I'm going to do is just do this like that. And then I'm going to have the roof kind of like absorb that rather than it being like a full wall. So then I'll just come out this way like that for now. And I'll try to hide that in my roof. So when I'm trying to hide it, I try to put it at least 2 tiles back. You could do 1 tile back, but honestly, it's going to be harder that way. You're going to have to make a much steeper slope of a roof. And I don't want my roof to be that steep. Isabel, thank you for the follow. Thank you. Over here. I don't think we really need to put anything there. This is just all roof. So that gives us free reign for the back of the house because the picture doesn't have one that I'm looking at. So then we could add more, but we're not going to touch that yet. I just want to show you guys how I would then roof this. Haley, thank you so much. Also, thank you guys for the follows. Thank you. All right, so first things first, my favorite roof in this game is a gabled roof. I find them so easy to work with. They are very simple, very beginner friendly. All you got to do is place it. But I'm going to go ahead and place one right here. And my roof is facing that way. So I'm going to keep it like this. Have it cover that whole room, just like so. And for now, that is fine. I'll come back to that to do any tweaks if I need it to. And then you may want to just take this and do this, but what I will say is you're not going to want to do this because, as you can see, it's going to clip into that room. So if you come down, all you're seeing is roof clippings, and you do not want that. So instead of that, you're going to grab this half gabled roof, which is quite literally just half of a gabled roof, like that. And you're just going to bring that over here, like this. And another thing too, what you might notice is I'm almost always playing on full walls. I find it easier to see what I'm doing when it comes to building an outside shell if I have all my walls up. If I keep them down like this, I find it a little annoying. Things get lost, so I almost always keep all my walls up. So I'm gonna go ahead and I don't want this to clip in, so what I'm going to do is, do you see this tiny little arrow? Not this big one that has the thing like a tail to it. It's just this tiny one, just like the tip of it. I'm going to take this and I'm going to hold down shift. If I hold down shift, only that piece will get pulled in. Whereas if I do not hold down shift and I do this, it tucks in both sides. So again, if I don't hold shift, both of them get tucked. If I hold down shift, only one side goes in. So again, just the one side. And then I'm going to pull this roof in just where it needs to go. And then I'm going to pull it up to go like that. And then honestly, I am going to have to tuck that because then I'm going to have to put the half gable up there as well. But I can see that this is clipping into my wall right there. So I'm going to try to lift this even higher, just like that. And then the same thing, it is still clipping in the rooms next to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to hold shift or anything. I'm going to grab this little half arrow and I'm going to pull it in so it's not clipping into anything. And then I'm going to copy that and put it right here at the end and pull it in so it's only that piece, just like that. And then I actually like it when it kind of leans off the side a little bit. So I'm going to hold down my shift button and pull it that way. Here comes my husband, being loud. Thank you for the follow. Thank you. So I liked it to dangle a little bit. I just feel like I like the idea of it sloping. My mind's actually blown. Okay. So now I'm going to take my gabled roof and I'm going to go ahead and just put that right there, and look how perfectly that fits already. And I'm just going to finish this off like so. And then I've already noticed an error. This is overhanging. I don't know how to really show you like this. Do you see how it's not lining up? So I want to fix that. How I'm going to fix that is I'm going to tuck that in. Oh my god, it's magic. So literally all I did to fix that is these parts are already pulled in. I just took the one I just placed and I took that one and I pulled that one in. So now we have the beginning of our roof. Now for the front of this one, I need another gabled roof, just like that. And I'm going to pull that to cover this. And now we have that piece. And I will say the height on this is not matching up. So I'm going to take this and pull it down. So instead of that little half arrow like I've been using, I'm going to use the full arrow and I can still see it peeking. I'm going to tuck it right in there so I cannot see it. Just like so. And again, it is personal preference if you tuck these in. Personally, when I tuck it, I don't like that. I don't like the look of that. I like it to have that little piece that kind of falls off. Caitlin, thank you so much, by the way. Hi, Amanda. The gallery for shells. So yeah, I don't like that. I feel like it makes it look not finished in a way. Like it's missing something, if that makes sense. So personally, I don't like to do that. Again, everyone has their own building style. So don't feel like you have to copy everything that I do. It's just my personal preference. However, this doesn't really matter that much because this piece right here has a slope. So this is where it's going to get hard. So you guys picked a good one to practice with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place that piece right there. And I need to pull it in so the height matches up. Pull this one in. Pull up, I mean. And then I'm going to tuck my wall in. Just like that for now. I'm going to do that one as well. Just so I can get everything to get lined up. And then I'm going to pull it up like that. And then I already have the beginnings of it, but this is more of a slope like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to curve it. So this is where it gets a little bit into like the tips and the tricks of it all. So what you could do is just pull this ball that pops up down like that. But if you select the roof, so you see how I have it clicked, hold down Shift and C, and you'll notice I now have 2 balls. If I want to get rid of them again, I click the same thing, Shift and C at the same time. And now I can click on the balls and get a little bit more of a precise slope that I might want. So let me play around with this a little bit to see. See, that one's more lower. I don't think I really need it to be like that. I might just go back to this one and go ahead and pull that in like that. And then I'm going to have this one go like that for a little slope. And now this is where it gets a little bit confusing is because my slope makes this roof need to go higher. So I'm going to line up the roof with that so it all looks even. And then I might even go ahead and this is where she gets a little bit nitpicky. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to place it right on top of that roof that I already have. I'm going to pull it so it's just one tile right here. I'm going to tuck in everything. I'm going to pull this out like that and then shift it so it covers that too. I just want to see what that looks like. And honestly, I don't like that, but sometimes that works. I was just trying to see if I would like that better because I don't love the way it looks right there. Maybe if I undid this slope a little bit. Okay, that makes it a triangle again. Yeah, okay. I'll just delete that. Sometimes it's fun to just play around with it. So I'm going to go ahead and shift click this and pull that out because I like a little slope. And then now I have the issue where this is higher than this one. So what I could do is lift this one up like that to cover it up, which honestly works fine for now. So let me go ahead then, and I need another gabled roof for this piece. Pull that in, and honestly, that's already fine. Can you try sloping the top roof? I could, yes. So if you wanted me to slope that, the issue is it creates a slope that's not going to slope with me. It's going to work against me, if that makes sense. Ashley, thank you so much. Hi, Sarah, welcome in. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. Can you try making the bottom slope wider? So the only way to make it wider is if I pull this out like that, pull that out, and then I could go like this. But for my specific reference photo, I only need it to be 2. That makes sense. Thank you for the follow. Thank you. The little one isn't gabled. This one isn't. So then what I would do, got me, I didn't notice that. This one would be then a half gabled roof like this, and I need it to go like that. That was muscle memory, my gabled roof. I'm gonna tuck it in, and then I'm gonna pull it down just like that. And then just like that. You don't want it to be too low because sometimes it just looks a little weird. I like to keep it with a little bit of a slant. So hypothetically, if the rain were to come, it would have a nice slope to come off of. So you could just do like that, but either way, it doesn't really matter. It's really personal preference. In the picture, it looks like it has a pretty decent slope, almost more like that. So maybe I'll do that. Just like that. Sarah, thank you so much, by the way. Wide as in towards us. Oh, you want me to pull it in this way? Like that. So I'm not going to do that because if you look at the picture, it does have a little bit of a push in. And I am trying to copy the actual picture. That way you can avoid the overhang problem. Can you just pull in the eaves? Which ones? Go to the roof like that? The roof? Oh, so you want this one to pull out? So you want me to do this? Like that? I could do that. That's fine. I will say, I don't love to do that because we still can't paint the underneath of the roof. And sometimes I think it looks a little funny. That's, again, just a personal preference. It's a little distracting and kind of takes me out of the build when I look at it like that because it is just so thick and it's stark white. So I personally don't like to. You could if you wanted to, but I honestly don't care that much. I'm okay with it being like this. So pulling the wall could work. It could work if you wanted to. Thank you for the follow. Can you smooth out the curve a little bit more? Let's see. Smooth out the curve. It is really choppy, isn't it? Let me see if I just try this again. Maybe I'll try that shift seating. Hi, Kayla, welcome in. So I'm gonna do this. Pull that in. And then let me see. Just remember too, I'm not telling you to do anything. A lot of it is personal preference. Oh, wait, maybe that's a little bit better. Here's this one, and then compare it to, well, I guess I deleted that one. But yeah, here's this one. Maybe I will do that one. This one looks way smoother. Oops. I am not forcing anyone to follow me. This is just for fun. It's just beginner tips and tricks. I have a very specific way that I like to build. I'm also a little bit more of like a harsher critic on myself. So again, when certain things look a little bit weird to me, I would rather just not keep it there because then I look at it too long and I go, I hate that, I hate that, I hate that. So I think it looks fine to me. I think it looks fine. And then over here, this one also has one of these like this. So I'm going to copy this one and put it right here, just like that for the window right there. Really? Well, thank you so much. Thank you. Also thank you guys for the follows. Thank you. Thank you, Uncle Nick. Okay. I do need to pull that in. I made that come out a little bit too much. But now I have the issue where it's like a roof on top of a roof, and I can't really see the one I just made. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to copy this. And I'm going to pull it in like that. I'm going to pull in my side. I'm going to pull in my sides on this one too. And then I'm going to copy this again. Pull in my sides. Oops. Come on, there we go. The brightness is pretty bright today. Pull in my side here, just like that. And then move this one back to where it was. Shift and hold that in like that. And now I have just barely like a little lift up like that one does. And it'll be perfect for overhanging on top of my window, and it still matches everything. You could also, if you don't want to do it that way, we have these in the game. I am hit or miss on them. Sometimes they look nice, sometimes they look a little funny. It just depends on the style of builds, like this one. You could just use one of these. These are always a little bit easier, but this one specifically matches the exact same pattern and everything of the roof, so I am going to do this one because I like her. Hi, welcome in. How are you? Also, if you are watching over on TikTok, Sarah, thank you for those roses. We are also over on the Purple app. You'll be able to see my screen a little bit better. And you can just come join us over here. There's lots of other fun things that you could do to watch. So if you'd like to join us, we are also on the Purple app. Try pulling out that roof piece out like the other old one. I'm not worried about that one right now. Hi, welcome in, Bars. Okay, so here's what we have so far. And then I honestly feel like the shell of this is pretty decent. Pretty decent. So I will say it looks like it has a foundation or a platform. I honestly can't see it super well. To me, it looks like a platform. So that adds a whole new element of a difficulty. So if you're ever going to use a platform, I'm going to go ahead and make my walls medium height like that. So now it's a little bit taller. And then that will give me enough room to add in that platform right here. And how I'm going to do that is there's just the square platform. I'm going to put it right there. And I need it to be even with that wall, just like that. And then I'm going to lift it up maybe just like that, just two, enough for some stairs. So let me see how that looks if I were to do that. Just 2 steps up. And that's perfect, just like that. Stunning. And then honestly, that just goes right into there with a little archway. So we'll come back to that. I highly dislike building houses with open concept. Tried to do a loft and gave up today. I also honestly don't love open concept. I find them way more difficult to build because I feel like I'm struggling on where like the transition from one room to the next one goes, or it just feels like it's not finished. I love closed concept. That's my personal preference. Ashley, thank you for the roses. Thank you guys so much. Why did I think you had to raise the entire house to have stairs up to the front door? So if you're doing a foundation, you would have to. So if I didn't want to do a platform, what I could do then is I could lift all this up. But this house specifically is very clean cut. Everything flows very sharply. It doesn't have like this to it. So I personally would prefer to do platforms. I think they look a little bit cleaner. So that is how I would do that. That's what the platforms were added for. And I will take full advantage of that. So let me put this all back. I'm not going to keep these stairs. It's just for now. Just for now. So don't beat my ass, please. Sarah, thank you for the rose. Brittany, thank you. Okay, so now we have our little front entry. In the actual picture, it does look like it goes straight from stair to archway. I don't get out. Get out of here. I don't think I'm gonna do that because I feel like the Sims can't actually walk up there. So I don't think I'm gonna do that. I'm okay with it being a little bit of just like open. We could even put maybe like a little plant up here, like right next to the archway. I think that would be nice and cute and clean. Again, if you're trying to replicate it exactly, it will be your downfall. Never, if you're going to use a reference photo, hold yourself to trying to do it 100%. Give yourself that little bit of creative freedom. In the long run, it will benefit you so much more because if you're trying to just do it exactly, you're not allowing yourself the space to actually learn. You're just copying. And you really want to like take advantage of like little moments and make it your own and your own little twist. Sarah, the cute little crown. But it's this wall paint CC or part of a certain pack. It's actually a little bit of both. It's a wall override. So all of my default walls that I place down are overridden with that base, or no, not the basement. The garage one, it's the garage restoration pack. It comes with this paint and there's a mod that overrides it. But if you didn't want the mod, if you have that garage restoration pack, you can use that. But mine is like an override. You can play with Sims and the stairs and the archways. I've done it before. Really? Well, that's good. That's good to know. All right. Well, now we've accomplished the front shell of it all, but we have all this in the back. So if I look up here, the one thing I need to keep in mind is movement flowing in the house, all that stuff. I have enough characters. No, you're okay. You're okay. Movement. So rooms I'd like to keep around 4x4 at the very most for like a normal bedroom. For a primary bedroom, maybe like a 5x4. At the smallest, that way you can fit a double bed and a dresser. Anissa, thank you for the heart me and the go popular. Thank you. So keep in mind the bedrooms, you're going to want to make sure you have enough room for them. You want to make sure your hallway is going to flow nicely. And right now, I already see this is going to be very awkward because I have like a little one right here. But what I could do instead is turn that into a room. So I could go like that, and then that could be like a little reading nook on the corner. But because I don't have a outside backyard reference, I'm going to use that as a little bit of creative freedom here. And one thing I hate is a 3-tile wide room, as we've already talked about. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this out maybe one more like that. But then it comes to the issue where if I pull this out and pull this, that's what she looks like. I think I want to keep one of these a little bit longer. That way, when I go to roof it like this sticks out just like that. And that will be your friend in the long run. And now I'm seeing that little piece that I tucked in. So I'm going to tuck that back in there. I'm going to duplicate that roof. And then I'm just going to pull that eave right back out. So it's technically all the same roof. But, oh, that one's a little bit too long. One of it is just a little bit longer. And now in the backyard, it looks a little bit cleaner. So that's what she looks like on the side. And see, I still don't love how tall and wide that is. So I actually might even make this bigger. So instead of that, I'm going to go like that. And then like this. So this is actually going to turn out to be a pretty big house now. Because I'm a little bit of an annoying person when it comes to building. And now, oh wait, hold on. I can lower this significantly now. Yippee! So just like that. This can come down a little bit more now because of that. And I feel like that's a little bit better. I don't know how I feel about this pulling in here, but just for the building of it all, I'm going to show you how I would get rid of this if I didn't like that. So the first thing you'd have to do to get rid of that is either, you have two options. One, lower it and pull it in. That's option one, like that, which is a viable option. Two, what you could do is move these roofs again, like that. And then you'll see this is clipping just like that. I'm going to go ahead and use that shift button again to tuck that part in. Copy this roof. Place this down. And then I'm going to pull this into the very end, just that one tile. And I'm going to go ahead and hit that shift button again, just so it's right at the edge there. That's what it will look like. And then I'm going to go ahead and move this back where she was. And then I'm going to hold no shift button while I do this. So I'm just doing it and I pull it in just like that. And that's what she would look like if I wanted to get rid of that. I think I actually like that. I think I prefer how that is now. And honestly, proportion-wise, I already like this so much better. So now I'm going to go ahead and add the bottom part to this. So she's not a floating home. Just like so. And voila. I think I'm going to pull this part out too, so she's overhanging. Oh, but that's clipping into that now, so I have to copy this, pull this in, shift, just like so. I am Ari, yes. Also, thank you so much for the heart me. Thank you guys for the go populars. Thank you so much. Of course, Lisa. I'm thinking every Thursday are going to be different, like, tutorials, I guess, and we're going to be like covering different things. So today we voted and they wanted to see me recreate a reference photo. So that's today. And the next time it's going to be so next week it's going to be starting from scratch, how I would just completely start with no reference photo, no nothing. That's going to be a little bit harder because it really is just like a learning process, but I'm going to talk you through how I would do it at least. Also, thank you for the follow. My husband says this is an amazing song. He loves All Time Low, as he should. This is a classic too. Always big boxes. Well, that's why we're here, Anne. No more big boxes. We're leveling up. So here we are. There's the front. Here's the back. And honestly, I feel like I'm okay with this. I do feel like, though, for this specific build, I feel like you would have another one of these little 2 window pockets like it's had in the front. So to keep the same vibe of the house, I think I'm going to put one right here. And then I'm going to copy this and put it right back here, just like that. Something a little simple, but just adds a little bit to it. And then maybe this is like just a little extra. If you wanted that to float too, what you could do is put columns like this. Not those specific columns, but keep it up like that. And then our back porch could be right there. Actually, maybe I'll try that. I'll make it a little harder on myself, actually. And then now I need the platform because, again, we are using platforms in this build. So I'm going to take it like that. And then here is my back porch. And I think we did 2 like that. Yep. Oh, my column. Voila. Let me make sure. Is that 2? Yes. Now, one thing to keep in mind with this is going to get tricky. With platforms, I need you to listen. I need you to lock in. Are we locked in? Because I don't want to hear about this later. Because when you put your door in, this is what it's going to do. We're not locked in. Ready? Now, if I come in, it's going to float. So, yes, I can do that. Sorry. Sorry. I was jamming. My bad. My bad. So you're going to see it's floating. That's because we're using platforms. So to get rid of that, all you do is click on this and you raise the platform 2 to match the outside. I don't want to hear, why are my doors floating? Why are they floating? They're not floating. It's because you have to raise up the platform because we're using platforms. Now, sometimes I do cheat. I do it sometimes. If I don't want my entire house to be a platform because wallpapers can get a little bit iffy and they get a little, you know what I mean? Like, especially if it has a molding on the bottom. I don't know the word for that. Let me just pull up an example. This. So, like that. What's going to happen now if you put a platform down is it's going to actually, let me do this. It's going to chop off that molding at the bottom. That to me sometimes is a little annoying. So how I would combat that is instead what I would do is only do a platform for my entryway. So how I'm going to do that is I'm going to box off my room. So now I just have a room and I'm going to do this. So now I only have to worry about this specific entryway not having that same issue, if that makes sense. You do need to do stairs, yes. Mother yelled at us. No, I haven't. Thank you. You got a blind box? Yay! Thank you guys for the follows too. Thank you. So here is what you would do for that if you didn't want to do the full room. That's a little cheat code. But then again, I did do the platform in the backyard too, so you'd have to make sure the door to the backyard also was on a platform, which is possible. But the bathroom door, Julia, I just picked the first one. Keeping that door would be great. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Something that's really nice too is when you're trying to do a attached garage where you want the front porch to be elevated, but you don't want the garage to be. So like the garage is like ground level, but you want your door on a platform. That's something to keep in mind too. I love to do the house with the platform, and then I'll do like a little step down in the garage, like it would be in real life, where you just have like a little staircase that comes down, like the 2 steps. That's a good way around it. What's another example? Oh, like a sunken in living room or like a raised up kitchen. Those are always really good examples too. Just something to implement those platforms with. I love a platform. They are confusing. They are painful sometimes, but for today, I'm just gonna do that. And I'm gonna raise up these ones too, because everything has to be raised with my platform. And voila, there she is. Now I'm gonna come upstairs and delete these walls too. Voila. Oh, something is clipping. Hold on in. Delicious, like that. Okay, so now we have the inside and the outside done. So let's go ahead and get started on doors, windows, and then wallpaper. So for this specific build, it has a rounded archway and a front door. Thank you, Chanel. How are you? Where have you been? I will say, do we want me to use custom content or not before I start to actually build? Because if I use custom content, if I upload it to the gallery, you will not be able to get the CC with it. Okay, fine. Fine. I'll use CC. All right, you convinced me. I didn't need convincing. I was gonna do it anyway. Just kidding. So this one has a rounded front door, and I actually have the perfect door for that, I think. So this rounded door by 𝐒𝐿, I think would be perfect. Just like that. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come in and I need the archway to come in like that. So voila. Now let's add the archway. Again, if you are using in-game items, it's still possible. Wait, before I do that, should I upload the show? Very well. Someone asked me to do that. Hopefully it will let me upload this because this is technically CC, isn't it? Oh, it is. Okay, just kidding. Just kidding. Come back down. Where's that door again? There she is. For now, I'm gonna go like that. So let's get the archway, and I need something that's gonna be big enough that I can see the front door through the archway. Sometimes you'll notice with these little short walls that the arches like this are a little tiny. Now hold on. Yeah, you see that? Like I need to be able to see the full arch. Like this is a little I think what I'm going to do is because my wall is a medium height, I think I'm going to see if I have a medium height rounded arch that will help me see everything a little bit more clearly. I think that would be very beautiful. That's a little too big. That's going to be too big. Yep. Okay. I might have to use a small one. Wait, what about this? All right, just kidding. Let's just use a small one. Let me see. Archways. Here we are. So we have like this one. Why can I not see that door again? Do you see that? Like, oh, I think it's because of that. Okay, let me see if I can find a taller one though, because that it's still very short. I want to see the full arch of the door. Like that's a nice little centerpiece moment, and I don't want to lose that if possible. What I could do is just lose the circle part of it all, just to have something to be able to see it, but I'd like to not have to do that. No, why is everything so tiny? All right. Well, now we have to play a little bit more of creative freedom, which is fine. Everything is fine. Is it I don't think it is. I found it on House Plans. It was made, I think, with CAD Designer. At least that's what it said on the actual website. You should bring the roof out there to match. Oh, maybe. Also, thank you for the follow. Thank you, Ivy. Can we see the one arch in medium height from Pets? Yes, ma'am. Let's see. I do believe it was made in CAD, though. At least that's what the website was saying. I try not to use AI, especially in The Sims, because then it's even harder to try to replicate, because why? This isn't even real in real life. How am I supposed to make this in a game? Let me see, one of the pets one. but also, you know, just not good. Holy moly, that's huge. Where is it? Did I pass it? Oh, here we are. It was just a little bit too wide, but maybe we'll just do it just for lack of better options, because that is a good one. It is just a little bit too wide for my taste, but we kind of run out of options. I've been playing The Sims for years. Oh, well, thank you, Ivy. I'm so glad. I actually, when I graduated college, I did a little bit of teaching in elementary schools. So this is me segueing back into my teaching days. Back to my teaching days. Oh, that's true. With the siding, it could look better. That's good. That's a good idea. All right. So now we have our little front door. That was a genius. So thank you to Love Quality for the idea. Thank you. All right, so here's this. Let's go ahead and get our windows in. And honestly, the little shutters look almost identical to the horse ranch ones. Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you. All right, let me see. Windows. Honestly, this could be pretty similar if it wasn't so big. She is just a little bit too big. Let me get something. I'd prefer to have a window that already had the two together. Not that I'm against just squishing them together, but I feel like they look a little bit cleaner when they're mint like that. Let me see. Like this. That's always so much better to me. These ones have like the lines though. You know what I mean? I just, you know what I mean? Those things in there. So I think I'm try to keep that. Ugh. Okay, wait. Now we're getting to the good stuff here. Holy guacamole. Okay, that could be good. And these ones have like this. Let me flip through my swatches. Oh, I thought it had two different color options, but that's okay. I actually don't mind this. I like how thick it is too. Let me see. Is that going to be too big for Windows? Oh, here's another thing too to keep in mind. I actually just realized this recently. And I started to actually implement it because I feel like I always hear one, like hear someone say it and then I forget about it. If you press F5, you'll move at half tiles. So I can do that. Instead of me having to alt place everything, which can be a little bit frustrating, if you press F5, you'll move at quarter tiles and you can get things a little bit closer together without like having to alt place. There was a double one that matched perfectly. Was there? I see this stuff all the time, so I probably didn't even realize. I mean, this is pretty, if this is what you're talking about, that's not too bad. I just feel like it looks a little bit too flat. I don't like my windows to be quite that flat, at least for exterior. Oh, this is pretty similar, but I don't like that it looks very coastally. Very coastal. Honestly, I might just take a little bit more creative freedom on this and do these windows. I love these ones. I think they look very residential, very clean. And these ones have the shorter version too, which is super nice. So if I needed to go to like something like that and do it a little bit shorter, I could. But then I can go like this, bring that up there, come over here, do the same thing right there. Hold on, are those even? I think they are. But then they go even longer too. So if I wanted to, I could go like that. I might actually do that. That's pretty good. What if I did that over here too? Like that? Ooh, yeah, maybe I like that. All right, and then I'm gonna hold like this. I know that's supposed to be only a single window, but I feel like it will fit better if I have the two like that, and then it will match the same thing. And I honestly might just do the two like that. Oops. I love you. Just like this. I think that's pretty good. Thank you guys for the follows too on the purple app. Welcome in. are going to do middle, lower, and stone. Middle, lower. Oh, this part right here, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you guys for the follows. Also, hi, Pug. How are you? Where's our chat people? That's okay. They're all over the place. There's a lot of people over on TikTok watching too. So we just gotta motivate them to come over and join us on the dark side over on the purple app. Because then they get the better viewing. The shutters will be too small, at least the horse ranch. I will, since I am using CC, I'm not going to settle with the horse ranch ones. I'm probably going to use some CC ones because I just feel like they look a little bit better. You are? Well, yay! Thank you. It's the app that rhymes with switch. It starts with a T. Thank you guys for the follows. Thank you. All right, let me see. So that's good. We have windows here, windows here. If I rotate, I'm going to go ahead and start to do windows. If there's one piece of advice I politely request from you, it's to please do your external house first before you go in and floor plan. The last thing you want to do is try to plan your floor plan around emptiness, and then the outside of your house, you're having to plan your windows and your doors around a floor plan that you've already made. You would much prefer the outside to look beautiful and nice, and then work with what you have after you already have where your windows are supposed to go. Now, there are exceptions to that. You can always move windows around if you need to, as long as it looks okay. But that is the one thing I have learned, is to focus on the external of the house before you're doing anything on the inside. Because if you try to do flooring and walls and a bedroom here, and then as soon as you try to place your windows, you're like, oh, this looks a little looks a little funny. You know what I mean? I can't find any of your shells on the gallery besides a pumpkin shell. Try typing in shell in my gallery. I know the gallery has been acting weird lately though. Also, welcome in, Lisa. Welcome in. Where's the door arch from? The door arch is actually from the cats and dogs pack, but the door itself is CC. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and flip around to the side, and I think I'm gonna keep my window even with the peak of the roof. That way it's nice and even. Or another way I would do it is I would keep it like this and do two like this. So that's another thing that you could come back and switch up if you needed to, if you didn't like how it turned out. And then I'm going to go ahead and maybe, first of all, even those out like that. Again, oh my god, I cannot say that word today. Symmetry. Symmetry matters so much in building. You'd be surprised how clean and nice and like beautiful your house is going to look when you're like following the rules of symmetry. I missed how you did the front door. Is this being recorded? It is, Benny, yes. So the front door is actually pretty simple. It's just two pieces. So if I come in like this is a little tiny room. I put the arch in the front of it like this. And then I put my little door right behind it. Just like that. So it's actually a lot more simple than you think it is. Now if I come around here, let me grab those windows again. Okay, well I've already messed that up. Perfect. And I'm gonna go like this, and I'm gonna line that up again. Just like that. Just like that. Okay, and then a door would fit perfectly underneath here. Ouch. Sorry. So maybe I'll do, should we do a sliding door or should I do a French door? I feel like honestly, for the vibe of the house, either would really make sense. So it doesn't really necessarily matter. Let me see. Maybe like this one. Find like a Dutch door or something, French, sliding. Also, thank you guys so much for all the follows. Thank you. Of course, welcome in. French. Okay, let me see what I have then. This is pretty good too, though, honestly. So I might just keep it just in case there's nothing else, because that matches so good. 𝐒𝐞𝐭-𝐥𝐬, thank you so much. See, you're on the same wave with me with the sliding door. That's what I was thinking. I feel like it looks more residential when it's a sliding door versus sometimes with a French door, I feel like I over modernize a build or it doesn't fit in necessarily with the style. Like, this is very coastal. I feel like the one thing people do when they download CC is they start to mix and match different style of build items where and then you kind of get lost in what kind of style of house you're doing. So if I'm doing like a modern, like, what's an example? A modern cabin, and all of a sudden I pull out these, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes you just get a little bit lost in what you're doing. You have to make sure, like, if you're gonna do one specific style of house, try to keep everything along the same realm rather than just hodgepodging everything. But I am a hodgepodger. Yeah. I might get this one, but my computer might blow up if I download more CC. I will say a lot of the CC I'm using, it's by the same creators for the most part when it comes to like build by CC. Like if you're looking for build by creators, Peacemaker is one I almost always use for Windows. That's what I'm using right here. Peacemaker and then Sim. If there's two that I can recommend, it's those two. Honestly, I love Charlie Pancakes too. Like these are always really nice. Here's more Peacemaker, and Peacemaker makes these like additions to packs. So you'll notice it has like the season's icon. This is technically custom content, but it's like an extension of like a pack that we already have. So I think I'm gonna do that for now. And then I learned recently that people don't know that you can get rid of this like weird gray part right here. What you're gonna want to do, grab an exterior trim and just put it like that. Just cover it up. And then if you only wanted it to cover up one area, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut off this like that. So this is one room. I'm gonna go back to my exterior trim. And again, if you're watching on TikTok, if you go to the purple app, you get a little bit of a better view on what I'm doing. So you'll be able to see it a little bit better. But just like that. And then if I just delete that wall, it actually stays just like that. Hi Carson, how are you? You can also separate, wait, you can also just hold shift for separate walls. Hold shift for separate. See, you learn something new every day. I did not know that. I have literally always just separated by room. See, that's what I say. Like when I say I'm not like a professional, know everything, I don't claim to do that. I still learn new things all the time. So that's actually okay. So if you hold on shift, you can do that. Ooh, it's real nice. It's the same as my thing on here, Sarah. It's also linked in my bio. Do you ever have an issue with CC Windows glitching? The windows don't show up. I actually have that even if I don't use CC. What I do is I just click on them and I escape and it completely comes right back. It just does it sometimes. I think it's a bug in the actual game rather than just a CC issue. Because again, I actually have that with all windows, not just CC. Now, another thing to keep in mind too is to come into your house and look at it from a point of view of like where everything is. If you keep your windows up too high, sometimes it looks a little odd. If you keep them too low, like things just get a little weird. So make sure too that you are keeping your windows even across the board, but also not at like an awkward height. Because if you keep them at an awkward height, sometimes things just don't look right. So I just like to go through too and make sure my windows are okay, not too crazy. I already noticed this one needs to be replaced with this one. Beautiful. I also love this song. Sorry. I just have to click on, yeah, you do have to do that. Could you try support beams to hold a bump out instead of the columns? You could. That's a good idea. I didn't even think about trying that one. You could. So if you didn't want to have a columns there, because they cover that up, if you go to this wall sculpture, you could just come over here and we have these. So we have like this one, this is the CC one I have, cats and dogs, and then I might do this growing together one. I'm gonna go ahead and resize it by using my bracket keys, and I'm just gonna go like that, just to support that up, make it a little bit smaller, just like so. That's genius. I didn't think about that. So thank you for the idea. And then I'm gonna delete these. Let's go ahead and maybe make these white to match. Just like that for now. And voila. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Speaking of which, sometimes too, these are really nice if you want to put them at the top of your roof like this. So this will add a little bit, oh, wrong way. Too big. This will add a little bit more of like a dimension to your roof and like your walls instead of it looking quite so flat. So if you size it and just put it like this. Okay, perfect. Finally. Nope, that's off. My camera's moving real weird today. Perfect. And then just like so, put that over here. And maybe I'll even line it up with that to kind of cover up how awkward that roof face is. Okay, this over two. And then you want to make sure those are even. And then I'm going to cheat. I'm going to use my tool mod. I am a 𝐒𝐤𝐢𝐚𝐥𝐬 for the tool mod. If there's one thing you should know about me, I use it. And I love it. I use it for almost everything. So I'm going to see what I can make this resize at. Okay, much better. So let me move these down a little bit more. Sometimes they're just a little bit too big and they get like an awkward size. So that's the nice thing about the tool mod is you can make it the exact size you want it to be. Voila. Sometimes when I do my builds, they will have random wooden beams. You know what that is? Also, hi, welcome in. Random wooden beams. Random wooden beams. They're debug, I reckon. Do you mean like they'll be in the middle of the house? Oh, hold on. Do you mean like a spandrel? Or hold on, there's two different things that could be. It could be a spandrel, or it could be with the new Love Struck pack. We got these support beams that go on the ceiling. They could be these too. Hi, welcome in. How are you? Are you talking about these? It's more rounded. I wonder if it's a spandrel. Let me see. You mean like this? And then there's like a bunch of different options for it too. There's like that. There's like that. This one. More like a pole, maybe? It's like a roof or wall feature. It's a rounded version of the beam, basically. You'd have to send me a picture. I don't know if it's because I'm like brain dead or what, but I'm having a hard time trying to like mentally imagine what you're talking about. I'm sure I know exactly if I saw a picture, but it literally looks like a log. It's more like a beam, but more cylinder, if that makes sense. More like a beam, but it's like a cylinder. Is it on the ceiling, or is it like on the floor? Or is it like this? Like which? Whoa. Weird. Why am I blurring? Anyways, is it like on the floor like this? Is it like this? Or like this? It must go on the floor and they put it behind. It'll be everywhere. Okay. Very helpful. Very helpful. Random places. I think it lives where the window boxes are. One time it was in the stairs. And I'm assuming it's not CC. Hold on. Because now I'm kind of invested in this. Oh, this? Is it this? That's cylinder. Yes? Well, this is a mega wall hunk. That's exactly what I was thinking of. So this will be like in the stairs? Well, it could just be, again, you have to imagine some people like to use their imagination and they could be using this. Sometimes I use it when I'm not using CC. And what I'll do is I'll make it like a wall hook for like a mudroom. Like this. These are nice for that. Okay, well, I just messed that up, but yeah, like I'll use that if I'm making a mudroom. Where's my F5? Okay, well. I'm trying to think of what else I'd be used for. They just like I'd have to see, like, a reference. I'm trying to figure out what you're talking about. Alright. We'll have those in the house. Dang. Well, now I'm invested. You have to send me a picture one day. Alright, let's see. So here is the back so far. Here's the sides. And then here's this side. As far as windows go, I think I'm just gonna put a single window maybe over here for now. Oh, hold on, I got out of CC. All right, let me see. So I'm gonna do just one for now. These windows over here aren't super particular because it is kind of a chopped. So that's something that if the room I placed needs a different window, it would be possible. It really doesn't matter too much because this is just kind of hidden. So when I'm saying like sometimes if you replace like you place your windows first and then you go back in time and you want to fix things, these are the ones that you'd be okay with changing and doing whatever. It's usually the front of the house that like they should stay exactly where they are. Um I can't find them matching windows. Oh, here they are. Just like so. Oh, well, I guess it's a little bit more room than I thought it was. Okay, maybe I will do another one then. I didn't realize quite how big that was. It's a little, it's like a puzzle. Maybe. Oh gosh, my eyes are burning already. Okay, wait, let's see. These are standard. Those are a little tall. Okay, I'm gonna do these, I think. I think I'm gonna go like this. This actually might be the perfect spot to do windows like this. I feel like just having that right there could be good. And then I might even put maybe a little window right there. That's kind of a good spot. Just like so. Also, thank you guys for the follows. Thank you. All right, so here's what we're looking like so far. Let's go ahead and start with wall pattern. So, thank you for the blind box. This specific build, it has what looks like 3 different patterns on our exterior shell. So, the first thing I'm going to look at is the stone here. And I will say it looks like there is a trim to separate the stone from the floor above it. So let me quickly put that down. And then hold shift. Oh my god, that's genius. I had no idea that was a thing. I'm going to be using that forever now. All right, and then the stone has, ooh, honestly, that looks really similar to our base game one. So I could do that one. That's pretty good too. I might look around to see just other options. I do love that one. Pretty nice. I don't know. I feel like I kind of like that. I will say this house is focusing more on like a sage green moment, so maybe I'll try to go a little bit lighter. I feel like this might be a little bit too dark. I feel like that green might get a little bit too lost in that one. Yeah, I like that a lot. All right, maybe I'll just do this. Keep it more accurate. Perfect. Okay, stunning. Let's go ahead and get the siding. And this is like a cream. So, again, I do love my Peacemaker. One thing to keep in mind too is some of these wallpapers will have the edge that auto places like that also. Okay. Hello? Oh, good. Okay. That's a problem for later. So yeah, it's like a cream that could match. Now, again, with oh, that's almost like identical. With some of the edge pieces, I don't necessarily love to use these all the time because sometimes they don't place the like the edge piece where I want it, and then it gets a little frustrating. But sometimes they are really nice. So it really just depends on the build and how long your walls are, blah, blah, blah. But I think today I might just use this one. I don't know. I almost wish it was a little bit whiter. Like that's a little bit like a dark cream. Let's see. That's pretty good. It almost has like a hint of like a green to it, which will be really nice when we bring in those columns. Okay, so then this comes over here. Comes over here. And then we have to make sure too, we are putting in the wallpaper all around, even on the roof pieces. We don't want any drywall. Why is that not? I have too many roof pieces. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Go. Too many roof pieces. There we are. And then again, I'm just going to put this everywhere. I'm also holding down my Alt key to place it on the walls. That way, it's not doing everything because I don't need it to be all over everything. Just certain things. So just for now, I'm going to do that. That here maybe. And then above here is more like a longer panel rather than a siding. Let me find one that matches this. Let's see, paneling. This might be okay, but that doesn't necessarily match the colors we have. Okay, so here's what it comes when the EA needs to make all of our wood swatches and everything match, because nothing ever matches. Of course, because why would they? Maybe this one might be the best bet, like that. Oh, that's pretty good, just like that. And then I am gonna have to fold this all over. I've already messed this up. That. Perfect. Perfect. Let's grab that stone again. And finish that off over here. How to do the curve roof part. I will be posting the VOD for this, and I should be able to post the entire video on YouTube when I'm done, if there's anything you specifically want to go back and rewatch. Now, one thing I am seeing is, I don't know if it's the lighting, but the siding and this paneling look a little off. So let me... Okay, maybe it's the lighting. It's like really back here that I'm noticing it. It just looks a little bit off. You see that? You can really notice it over here. Oh, okay, wait, that's perfect. Let's do this. So now I have to go through again and do all this, which is always very fun to retrace your steps, but it's worth it in the long run. Oh, hold on. Okay, stunning. Voila. Thank you, Birdie. Thank you. It's a little bit of both. I am using CC while I'm building, but yes, it is CC and packed and stuff like that. All right, so one thing I feel like really helps a house become more complete is a roof trim. Do not sleep on a roof trim. I'm telling you, it will really elevate your build. And there's so many different options too. This is really frustrating. I have never had this issue. Okay, wait, that fixed it. Is that just like a glitch or something? Why is it doing that? Do you see that? Why is it doing that? It's like disappearing. Hold on. Me doing a building tutorial and having an issue in my game? What? Okay, see. put a new one down. And then I pull that in. Oh, good. Why is it doing that? Whatever. Sometimes you have to pick your battles. I wonder if I put a thicker thing about. Oh, good. Really weird after the update? Really? Oh, well, don't tell me that. That's sad. Are you kidding? Oh, okay. Well, one way to really just solve that is I could just pull this out, which is fine. Honestly, it's really not that bad if I do that. And it kind of saves me a little bit of peace of mind because that would just look a little crazy. So there's a bunch of different roof trim options that you can choose from. There's like thicker, there's this like medium. The third one is the one that I honestly primarily use. I think it's like a good balance of both. There's also this one that has like both the inner and the outer, inner. There's also some with designs on it too that look really beautiful. I think I might just use the one that I normally do, which is this one. Oh, but this one has, that one looks like it has the innards with it too. So maybe I actually will use this. So I'm going to go through and just add this trim all over everything. Is that already preset like that? Okay, is that the default? That's crazy. All right, that's the default. So ignore me. For my own peace of mind, though, I'm just gonna do it. Anyways, now again, another step. Do not forget to do this. I'm telling you, when I see your builds and you use this default roof, it doesn't look done. It doesn't look done to me. I feel like it needs a new roof, unless it's supposed to be like that. Sometimes it does look fine, but most like 9 times out of 10, if I see a build that's like completely landscaped and the outside has everything, if the roof has the default little shingles, it doesn't look done. It really will change the way that you build when you add a different shingle. It could be as simple as doing the default one, but in a darker color. So even if I just do the default one, but make it black, that to me looks weird, but already like a little bit more finish, if that makes sense. I will say this one looks like it has a dark gray shingle that are pretty close together. So let's see. If we did a dark gray, honestly, this CC one is pretty good. Or even like this wood shingle. Let's see what that looks like. Maybe like the darker like this. I almost thought that might be too dark. Let me try a little bit lighter. Just come through everything. Bloop, bloop, bloop. My bad, or my quality on my side may be bad, but did you find a paneling for the upper part of the front? I did. This part right here, yes. Can you make it daytime? Oh, yes. There we are. Hi, welcome in. Every time I'm trying to play, it tells me that my packs are installed when they are. Oh, that's weird. You might want to reach out to EA support. That sounds really weird. I feel like that's really... whatever. It's fine. It's fine. I feel like, I don't know, something is still, I almost feel like it needs to be more modern. Something about this is just not, let me see if I did more of like a flat rather than a shingle. So if I did something more, let's see, like this, absolutely not. Okay, let me try, what's this? Hot tin roof. Oh, you know what? Maybe I like that. You could do the rounded shingle. It looks cleaner, maybe. Roof nightmares. We definitely need shingles. I think I like this roof better than a shingle. Especially with all these bump outs, too. I think that looks a little bit cleaner. And honestly, I think I might get rid of the white on this. I feel like it's making me like a little bit overloaded with white. So sometimes if you change the oops, wrong one. The roof trim to something even like the gray, I might try the black just to make it match better. If I come in with this and just go around and click on everything, go around, sometimes that just really fixes all of my issues. It might be too dark, but it already looks so much better in my opinion. Now, again, a little bit of creative freedom might need to come in because personally to me, this is still feeling like a little bit of an overload of white, but I haven't done the shingles yet. So that's something to keep in mind too. I do need to do the shingles. But I don't know. If anything, to fix this, what I'd probably do is change the stone to something with a little bit more of a pop of color, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and just pull up some shingles to see how it starts to look once I do that. I agree. I think it will, Birdie. I think it might help. So, in the game, we have windows that come with like default shutters. There's also Horse Ranch comes with some. I use CC, so I have CC shutters that I'm gonna look at. I'm in Willow Creek. It's that base game world. Lindsay, thank you for the heart me and the go popular. Thank you. How are you? Thank you, thank you. Also, don't forget too, if you're liking the live, if you want to see it better, quality wise, it also is full screen. You can also have like the picture-in-picture mode. I highly recommend coming over on our purple app to join us. It's the app that rhymes with Switch. Highly recommend. It also helps me better as a content creator and streamer if you come over here to support. So keep in mind, even if you just like to lurk, it's a much better viewing experience. All right, let me see. Shutter wise, I honestly like to do it just one by one.
Water would be nice.
Thank you for the hydrate. Thank you. Let me see. Yeah, okay. Thank you. Water would be nice, but I did finish mine earlier. Thank you for the follow. All right, let's find some shutters that match. I think these are cute and like fit the vibe. So let me put these down. And I'm just gonna size them down so they fit a little bit cleaner. Okay, and then this is where my mouse and my shaky hand syndrome just kind of takes control a little bit. So I'm gonna try my best to get this to be even. Oh, good. If that's not even, lie to me, please, I beg. And then I wanted this light green. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, but that's really it. Hold on. Please. Okay, there we go. Yay! Welcome in, Birdie. Thank you, Brittany. Thank you. I can also share my playlist too when I get off live. All right, let's see. So now we need these to go below as well.
I love
Right
you.
here. Thank you for the follow. Thank you. Don't forget to, over on our purple app, you could do a Halloween blind box. There's a daily sprout you can collect. We also have a bunch of little fun commands too. They'll also see all your comments over on TikTok. So make them feel jealous. Make them get FOMO. All right, let's see. And then these, oh. See, here comes another issue where because of this roof being annoying, now this is a little bit off. So I might switch this back to a smaller window just for vibes. And then to cover that up, if there comes an issue, I'll just landscape it to make it fit in a little bit better. So even if your builds do not have shutters, if you feel like your build is a little bit flat on the front and it just looks really boxy, add shutters or add planter boxes, add like lights on the wall, like a little sconce. It will really help it not feel so like boxy. Sarah, thank you for the rose. Thank you, Jeffrey. Thank you. Also, Ethan, thank you for the follow. All right, let's see. I do need to bring in this too in here. Okay. And I still don't know if I really love this stone. I might try a brick rather than a stone. I feel like I just love a brick way more anyways. I'm not a big stone girl. Oh, but there's this one. Well, now hold on. See, this is why I take a peek at everything. That's stunning, actually. I might do that. That comes with the life and death pack, too. That's beautiful. Whose house are you modeling after? It's a house that's on floor plan website that I found. A little floor plan website. All right, so here's what we have so far. A couple things that I don't love are things that I can fix. This is still bothering me. I know everybody was on my ass about it earlier. All right, maybe I will do it. I'm succumbing to the peer pressure. I just thought that looks so weird. I hate that. It looks like, I don't know how to describe it. No, I'm not going to succumb. I tried. It's something that just looks weird. Looks better. The comments from here aren't showing up on TikTok. Oh, really? Oh, you know why? I turned it off when we had our Rags to Riches thing. Chat. There she is. Okay. Okay. Put a support beam at the corner of the porch. I think it's okay. I think the rock should be bigger. Um, Honestly, I'm okay with the rocks. I like the detail on them. I like how beautiful they are. And you have to remember, it is The Sims, so nothing's going to be perfect. I like these rocks way better than the other one. So I am going to pick my battles, and I think this looks beautiful. Now, what I might do, though, is something that I love to do, and I know a lot of other people like to do, is at the corner of my walls, if my wallpaper doesn't already have it, I will take a column, just like so, and I will put it at the edge of all my walls, just like that. And I feel like that adds a lot to builds too. Let's not look at that one. And I'm going to do this right here and pull that all the way up. Okay, good. I can't. Yep. I need to do this. What? Can't be any taller. Good. So then I'll just do this. Woohoo! Then I'll do this. Beautiful, fine. And then I'll put this over here too. Grab this trim. I realize this got broken. Oh, wrong button. I keep forgetting that person that reminded me that showed me how you can do this wall by wall. Doing that. Let me come over here. Just like that. The roof on the left is shorter in the photo. Well, you have to remember, it's not going to be identical. There's quite literally no way to make it completely accurate to the photo. So you do have to kind of pick your battles and take a little bit of creative freedom. It's not going to be identical. If you try to do it identically, I promise you, you will spend the entire time and you'll rage quit because it's just not possible. And honestly, it will make you a better builder in the long run if you don't make it identical and you kind of take a little bit of your own creative freedom to it rather than just quite literally trying to copy and paste everything. You want to get creative, that's the whole fun of building. It's getting to use your brain and come up with different fun ideas and different builds. And what's nice too is I can actually get the same brick, I think, to match that or not. Well, dang it. What about this, like, brick one? Ooh. What? Why is it not? Okay, that's fine. Please, operation failed. All right, my game is glitching. Just ignore that. For now, I'm just gonna keep that. I just built the walls and I did the roof different. Did you? See, that's the fun of it. You get to make it your own. Can you not bust in here like a burglar? Okay, don't just like do that. Thank you for the fun. Also, lyrically, thank you for the heart me and the go pop. You hear him? How like busts in like he's gonna break the door. Also, hi Coco. Let's see. This is looking so cool. I love the mix of the greens. Is the inside gonna have greens too? I would say so for sure. I think that will help it all tie together. Also, thank you for the level up cake. All right, everybody say goodbye. It's girl time. You hear how loud that is? That's crazy. So we can permanently leave it open? No, absolutely not. Okay. Um, let's see. Now, one thing I'm not loving is the lighting in here is a little weird, and I don't know why. All right, what if I did a light like this, just right above here, to see if that's a lighting issue? I just think it looks really bright, and I can't really figure out why it does. Usually it should be like a little bit darker, but I swear it's like having this weird overcast. Yes, 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 Trilla. I'm blinking, please. think it's a glitch. All right, good. Well, we're finding all the glitches today, so I love that. For the flooring, for front porches and stuff like that, I tend to lean more towards either a wood or like a brick. Is it a north facing light? Oh, good. um, north facing, I'm actually really good with the compass. You tell me. You you tell me. Is it north facing? I don't know. I don't know. All right, let me see. Just for like this for now. Or whatever. Now what I'm gonna do is change the platform trim. If you go to walls, there's a platform trim area, so then I can change this. And it actually has one to match that, but I think I'm just gonna do this clean version just to make it a little bit more simple. Maybe more of like a like the black. Ugh, too dark, I think. I did just in a plain color instead. Like a nice simple. Yeah, that's fine for now. That's fine. And then before I go inside, I'm gonna quickly, and this is how what is north. Quickly map out how I would do the terrain. And again, landscaping and terrain paint and all that are a necessity in building. Do not skip it. I'm telling you, you will regret it. It is so important for building. It's not even funny. If you don't do it, I'm telling you, your build will not look completely finished. You could add paint, plants, whatever, but you need a little bit of dirt somewhere. You need a pathway. Don't just have a house. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna plan it out. I think I'm gonna use the smarter soil. And in the house, it looks like a pathway. I keep going back and forth. That kind of goes like this and then over, which is cute, but it looks like this might be actually made into a garage, and I've kind of screwed myself because I didn't give myself a big enough lot. So here comes the creative freedom a little bit. So I can either just go like that. Easy, simple, whatever. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep that same curved idea and maybe go like this. Maybe. And then what I would do then is I would do my landscaping the same, where it comes like this and over. And then over here too. And then I feel like this side, I'd maybe have like a little bit of a curved bump out like this. And then it's like that side's pretty decent. Just kind of square that one off. Maybe. And then this would need to be fixed. But then what I could do is I could put a fence to add to our pathway. And I love that new fence we got with business and hobbies. I think it's stunning. It's almost better than that one we got with the summer pack. Okay, that's deleting my stairs, I think. Oh, no. Well, something's weird, but that's okay. But I could do like this and make myself like a little pathway in. Like that. And then I could end this one with like a tree or something. Love. It was an in real life design joke, and we're facing light makes color really bright. Really? I like that you know that. Hi, Becky, welcome in. Lucy, thank you for the follow. But just something like that. Very simple. And then, you know, I don't know if I'm going to keep that terrain paint, but that's just, again, like a sketch of where I want it to go. It's almost too cartoony. It's also a little too tall for my liking. It's like the best white picket fence they could have given us in the moment, but sometimes I'd almost use this toddler one, if you know, you know, over that one because of how tall the other one was. Let me see if I can find it. I feel like I can never find it when I look for it. Good. See what I mean? Never. Oh, here it is. It's just like, it's perfect for a backyard. I don't love it for a front yard because it is too tall. But there would be where the front yard is. Here's the backyard. Let me see if I can copy this. There we are. And then I might even copy this for now. Just like so. And then if we come in, I'm going to quickly do a floor plan. What is that? Oh, I forgot we did that. My bad. We were looking at those. Okay, so here is how I would floor plan. The first thing is finding where the stairs go. So if I come upstairs, come back down, I like to get the stairs towards where the front door is. For now, I'm just going to use maybe this one. So you could put it here if you wanted. That's always an idea. Right off the front door. You could even, if you wanted to, if you rotate this using this big square, go like that, and set your front door up like this. And that's like a nice little entry moment. You can even pull this down and make it like a little bit of like a longer entry. So that would give you plenty of room. I will say, we do have this side of the window next to the front door. So
Thank you for your patronage.
Thank you for the subscription. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, thank you. It's bad luck to have your stairs lead to a door. Is it actually? You know, you could do that, really? So you could do it that way. I do need to think about, so this area right here. There's a couple different things you could do with our windows. We could cut it like this. Oops. And then this could be a bathroom. You could also make it a laundry room. It has the two little perfect areas for laundry. It could even be like a mud room if you wanted it to. But with this area, I almost wonder if that should be like a living room that you walk in and it's like directly into like a living space. I thought that's not bad. And then this right here could always be like a bath. Oh, that's a little bit too. Okay. Just, I don't know. Make sure good luck and money flow out. I actually didn't know that. It's crazy. Never heard of that. That's good to know, though. Okay, well, let's see. So we could do that a living room. I usually like to keep my entryways more separate, so I feel like that would be my go-to, just keeping it like this so you walk in, and this could be like a little sitting room or even like a little reading nook. So you could put like a bookcase on either side and then like a little bench seating. And then we could put the stairs right in here. Like this. And then I could go like this. That's not too bad. And that kind of fits in with the idea of like a little reading nook. Maybe. I might do that. That's pretty decent. So then we would have this be maybe flowing into the rest of the rooms. This could be a living room right here too, right off this. And then if we come this way, I feel like this might be the perfect area for a kitchen, because you have to think kitchen if you want, especially like counters and cabinets on the walls. You want to have the least amount of windows, especially when it comes to like your stove and your fridge and stuff like that. You want to have enough flat wall space that's not being overtaken by just a bunch of windows. Um, and honestly, this could be turned into more of like an open concept, at least for the kitchen. So you can wrap this around, and then this would be the living room. So I could put like a little archway like this. Oh, hold on. Let me switch to, well, hold on. What if I did like, that is my thing. Medium walls are a little bit harder for me, especially if I'm doing platforms. I get a little confuzzled, but that's just, again, my own personal issues with it. So let me just find maybe a smaller archway. See what I mean? Like, oh my god, why is it just so freaking wide? I need something like this. But that's like almost too small. Maybe for now I'll just do that. We can always come back. My ability to make a layout, really? I always have like the second I see it inside, immediately my brain is like this. It's like too many different ideas at once where I'm like, ooh, where do I even begin? So what I would do in this scenario, I'd probably put the fridge right here where my cursor is, and then I'd wrap this around. I'd probably put the sink. I love to put a sink right in front of a window, so sink would go right about here for me, and then I'd probably put the stove. I'm gonna just put down some items just to kind of show you what I would do. All right, these are not gonna be cute by any means. It's just to show you how I would lay this out. So this is pretty close to what I'm thinking. Oh my god. Of course, I'm picking the worst things. Hold on. Let me pick something not quite so bad. Okay. Okay. Well, I've already encountered my first mistake I made, is that this window is not going to allow me to have a centered sink, which fine. Annoying, but it's fine, I guess.
I love you.
Thank you for the follow. Thank you. So let me, first of all, where's the matching counter to this? Oh, good. I can't find it. Oh, here it is. Okay, so I'm gonna go like this, and then like this, and then make sure too that your auto counters and stuff like that are off. Also, Aaliyah, Becca, is it Jareen? Jareen, Cassidy, thank you guys for the follows. Thank you. If I'm saying your name wrong, to please correct me. Don't wait like a month down the line. Like, actually, you've been saying my name wrong. I promise it keeps me up at night. It does. So make sure your auto counters are off, always. Should always be off. And then you're gonna click the color swatch option, and then you're gonna go to your inner corner, curve that there, and then like this. And then I might even be able to fit a little end piece. It's a little too squished. Let me see. Alright. She will spiral for a few months about my confirm clearance. I still think about it. Would you consider doing a wider fun window since it's the back of the house? So I could, yes, but it does have a window above it. So I'd have to plan what I do about that too, if that makes sense. And I'd probably have to change the window in general too, because the only other option is a 3x3, I think. So I don't know. It honestly isn't a huge deal. It's just something that does irritate me a little bit. But that is pretty much the layout of what I do for the kitchen. I might even spice it up a little bit. And maybe if that window thing was bothering me, I would put this like that and then a sink in the island. Don't look at the different counters, but something like that I think would be pretty good as well. If that was a really big issue, that's always a decent option. But one thing I will say is, again, symmetry is huge to me. So what I would probably do then is, again, click this, hit left end piece, right end piece, and then I would do this. Like that, so it's nice and centered. Something like that, I think it's okay. Could you use a smaller counter and then garage next to it? So sink. Oh, noises. Caitlin, thank you for the rose. Sydney, thank you for the heart me. Can sinks be placed in between two counters? So it does have to clip into one of them. If you're okay with it not being functional, yes. Could you use a smaller counter and then garage next to it? Oh, and then garbage. Okay. Could you use a smaller counter and then garbage next to it? So in the middle of the window? You could, yes. The issue though, it's the window. The window is too thin. It's a CC window. Also, hi Katie, thank you for the hand hearts. The go popular and the heart me, thank you. How are you today? But you could, yeah. So what you would do then is you would just do this. And then you'd put that there and then your garbage. So honestly, either or. Sometimes too, if you're feeling really bougie and more realistic, because I am someone that likes to build more realistic homes, what I would do is probably delete that end piece, and then what I would do is I'd grab a cabinet. If I can find the matching one, that would be preferred. Okay, anyways, let me just grab this one. All right, this is a base game one. What I would do is I'd hit the double tile cabinet and I would put that at the end, like a little pantry. And then I honestly love to put a garbage right in front of that because technically this isn't functional. So that being in front of the cabinet would remind me my aunt used to have like a pantry like that and the garbage was inside the pantry. So maybe it's like being pulled out to like take the garbage out or something like that. Little extra realism, but yeah, that is how I would personally lay that out. And then again, we have living room, maybe back here. You could also then turn this into the garage if you wanted to. So if you wanted that to be a garage, what you could do is put a door, any door, lower the platform, and then let's get to this. 1 and 2. Delete this, and then voila, this could be your garage then. And then all you'd have to do is put a garage door. I'm going to put mine at the end here. And again, this was kind of just an idea to show you how I would do it. I would go like that. And then voila, a mini garage. You obviously would probably want to make it a little bit longer. But I mean, just to have like a little like workout equipment or something, or garage fridge, or like a little farm table, whatever. Picasso, I love it. So there is two different ideas as far as the layout. So again, you can have living room or garage. If you did garage there, then you could put your living room over here again. You do also have this little book nook reading corner. I think if I did the layout with my kitchen here, I'd probably then put my dining room table like this. And then I'd put some chairs down. Oops. Okay. Like so. And then that would lead into that. And then you could put little island seating there. And then this honestly is still a decent amount of room for a living room because you don't need too much. I mean, you could also, again, here's one of those things where if you wanted to, these windows could change a little bit. You could just delete this one and nothing really changes. You could even cover this up too if you deleted that window. And you could come into wall sculptures and put some like vines on the wall to cover that up. You could put, let me see if I can find what I'm thinking of. There's like a little trellis of things, but I can never find it when I need it, of course. This. So you could put like that there and then like line it up a little bit. Maybe like just stack them, and that makes it look a little fun sometimes, maybe like with a darker wood or something. Just to cover up how empty it might look, it makes it a little bit better. And then you could also put, like, if you have CC, a little like electrical meter. And again, covered even up with like a tree too is sometimes easier than you think it is. If you just did that, you don't even notice that window's not there. But then that would give us room if we wanted to put like a fireplace or like a TV on the wall. You now have the space for that. And then again, it's still a decent amount of room. So I just go like that. And then I'm going to take the same, this, and go like that. So then you would come in and voila. Now I will say personally, with houses I make, I like to have a first floor, even a half bathroom. I don't like the idea of playing or even building a house that doesn't have a main floor bathroom at all. I find it incredibly unrealistic. Can you imagine if you had a big house like this and you have to go all the way up the stairs to take a shit? That's crazy. Like, you imagine coming home from work and you're in the garage and you have to come all the way up and over. Like, there's no way I'm making it. It's just not happening. I definitely think you should extend the dining room to make the living room a little bit larger. Extend the dining room. Do you mean like pull this out? Or I don't know what you mean by extend. But yeah, that's pretty much how I would do it. Again, we still have this whole room, so if you didn't want a garage, you could just do this and raise that back up, and now you have a very private little living room, like so. You could even put like a little fireplace right here, or a big TV. Lots and lots of different options. I promise, like the ideas are endless. And then if you did the living room in there, so like that, what you could even do too is cut that off and turn this into like a playroom or an office on the first floor. I know I'm picking the most random doors and things like that, but I'm just trying to get ideas going for you guys. So again, this could be like a little office. You could even break this up a little bit and put a little half bathroom in here. So you could put a toilet on one end right here and then a sink on the other if you wanted, but just ideas. You could split the garage and the laundry. You could, Cassie. Yeah, that's another idea. There's so many different like floor plan ideas. I'm just trying to help you guys that struggle with coming up with floor plans, just to kind of visualize how I would think of it. So I definitely think of more like free flowing, like how I would imagine walking through a house. What really helps too is when you're visualizing the inside of the house is picture your dream house. How would you go from room to room? Do you like it to be more open, or do you like to go, okay, this way to the living room, a little bit more quiet, secluded, this way to my kitchen where it's all in one area? Does your kitchen and your dining room, is it wide open? Do you even have a dining room? Are you just eating at like an island seat, or are you just sitting on like the couch to eat TV? To eat TV, to eat dinner. Anyways, it just really depends on what you personally like and how you envision things. So just think of how you would like to flow for your own home. And then it comes to upstairs. This is always where I lose my mind a little bit. So if this is my front of my stairs, so it is pretty open. There's not much I could do here. So you could turn this into another little sitting area, or you could just put a plant, a rug, maybe like a toy or two, something very simple. But now we have these little horrible bump outs. So what I think I'm gonna do is like this, chop it like that, and then honestly, this could probably be a little bit smaller too. And then these could be like kids' bedrooms. Let me see, how many? One, two, three, four. That's four wide. That could be a parent's room then, like a primary bedroom. It would be a little bit of a tight squeeze for walking around the bed, so probably not unless you wanted to. Okay, well, we couldn't do that either. But then what I'd probably do is turn this room into the primary, like that. And then we have the perfect space for a bathroom right here. And then you can even fit another bathroom right here. Oh, but see, that does what I hate. I hate to have one tile for a door. Let me think for a second. How would I avoid that? Let me see. What if I went like this? Bathroom. Okay, perfect. It's gonna do the exact same thing. Maybe like slant it like that. Okay. So you could do like that. Let me see how it looks with doors though. Like that and like that. Okay. Now, are these? Oh, good. I made them two small bathrooms anyway. So this one of these would have to be bigger anyways. Hi, Olivia. Hi, Ashley. Hi, Mac. How are you? Also, lyrically, thank you for the October. Olivia, Haley, thank you guys for the heart me's. Thank you. The Pentagon, listen. I was trying to. This is what I say. Like the upstairs always sends me through a spiral because it's always some horrible thing going on up here. Especially with all these bump outs, I knew it was about to curse me. Jess, thank you so much. Thank you. Your drywall looks different. That's because it's an override. I am using an override mod. Let me see. Honestly, I might just do like that. And then maybe a Jack and Jill bathroom. So we could do like this. And then honestly, something more like that. And then I could pull this back one. And then door, 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 door. And then there's a nice little Jack and Jill bathroom. The only issue is, who are you? Hi, how are you? Also, thank you so much for the heart me. Welcome in. The only issue is this room right here, the parents would have nowhere to shower. I fear we have to choose our battles. Thank you, Ashley. Thank you. What if again, you're seeing this in real time. The crash out in real time. Okay. Move this window over. So that window doesn't matter. And then pull that out. Oh, shoot. But that can't fit a double bed, can it? Mm-mm. We need something to fit a double bed. Damn it. Can you make the door entry just be the ensuite? I could, yeah, but that still doesn't remove the issue of that I can't fit like a toilet and a shower in there, if that makes sense. If anything, it's just cutting space from my room. I'm trying to think of how I did this. Hold on, I'm still brainstorming. That's why I say it just takes a minute. Just takes a minute. Cut off some of this room. Oh my. Okay, hold on. That's probably a no. Let me see. Do a diagonal, then do one. The echo? What do you mean the echo? How are you moving view up and down so easy with the keys? Up and down. Like this? My page up and page down buttons. Could this be a single bathroom for both kids to share versus Jack and Jill? Yes, but we already tried that and I'm still having issues. I can just try. Hold on. That was the first thing we tried before the Jack and Jill. I promise. We're trying everything. We're just brainstorming. We could just make it one bedroom or one like primary bedroom and one kid's bedroom versus trying to squeeze in both? Are you 30? What does it matter, Christina? What a weird thing to ask. All right, we could do like that. And I can do like this. Is there an option to move the stairs? We could. That is definitely an option, but I already have the stairs downstairs, so I'm not gonna really. I'm just like brainstorming to show you guys how I would floor plan it, so it doesn't matter necessarily. Pushing 30. So this could then be. But that's still a little small for a primary bedroom. Hold on. What if I kept the primary bedroom right here? Because this is honestly like the perfect size. And this could be a closet, a nice closet, and then maybe an ensuite there, or even make it a little bit bigger. And then kids' bedroom. Upstairs, I'm giggling. Abby, it's all. I can't fake it. I can't. I'm trying my best. Ashley, thank you for the gold pops and the super populars. Yeah, and you know what it is too? It's these stupid bump outs. It really is. I shouldn't have put so many, but I was trying to keep it like realistic to the picture. And I fear it is coming to bite me in the bottom. If I did this, how does that window look? A little too squished for my liking. So if this is kid's bedroom, this is primary bedroom, this is then, this could be a shared bathroom. Or what I could do is put, see, this is me. What is this? It's the worst little. Rawr, I'm gonna start to bite my screen. Okay. Dare I say, start puzzle pieces. Okay, wait, like this, and then like this. Okay, and then like this. Oh, they're bougie. They're really bougie, but hold on. Now hold on. Hear me out. So primary bedroom, kids' bedroom. Kids have an ensuite. Primary bedroom has a closet. Primary bedroom has an ensuite. So each bedroom has a private bathroom. And then if you don't have packs or anything to make a real closet, you could replace the door. And if you have city living, oh, why am I in bed? Hold on. The upstairs has drained me. If you don't have like modular closets, if you have city living, there's this closet that could tuck right in there, just like so. And then you have a nice big primary bedroom. I cooked fine. I couldn't squeeze another bedroom, but honestly, I would almost prefer this because then you could put not foot, like 2 beds in here, or like a bunk bed, or like one little spoiled kid. You know what I mean? I almost like this house would benefit from a basement. Thank you. Also, thank you for the follows. Thank you so much. Get together pack. It is a get together pack. Thank you. I don't know why I thought it was city living. Why did I think it was city living? Does city living have them? No, hold on. I feel like I just gaslit myself. Hold on. No, they don't. Why did I think it was city living? Get together. Thank you, Annie. Everyone say thank you, Annie. Can I see the whole outside? So this is the front of the house. Here she is. And then here is the back side. So far. Voila. Oh, I'm going to move my mailbox right here. But okay, so again, I'm not gonna do the inside really. Today was just to show you how I would replicate a picture. So that's why I'm not doing the inside. It's quite literally just for reference. But now I'm gonna show you how important it is to landscape. I'm gonna try to talk you through it, I promise. If I start to yak too much or get too far ahead and you're not keeping up with what I'm saying, please feel free to let me know so I can pause. I am gonna put these here as well. It will be, yes. It does have CC though, so just make sure that when you're downloading it, it is gonna say it has CC, but that's because the wallpaper, the doors, the shutters, they have CC. My bad, my bad. Sorry, I asked. They all voted. They wanted CC. All right, so here is how I would landscape this. So this is a bit of a cleaner house. You could, again, do it all yourself. Take complete creative control. But I am here to copy a little reference photo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy said reference photo. Now, couple things. Get your debug. Get your live edit debug. Thank you, Isabel. Thank you. Yeah, my when I'm not on Yellow Jackets, I'm here to stream The Sims. So, if you have the Better Build By mod, it makes it super easy for you to get your live edit debug. I'm going to turn my CC off for this, and I'm going to turn my live edit on. And what you're going to want to do is type in your cheat bar, the thing to open up your live edit hidden objects in the game. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to look through my live edit because my Better Build By allows me to do it a little bit quicker. So look, my bangs look so stringy. I'm so sorry. It's just a bad day. And I'm 30. I'm just kidding. I'm not 30, but please never ask a woman if they're 30. All right, let me see. So it looks like there's a bunch of bushes around here. It also looks like, thank you, Ashley. Thank you. Do you have a video of what's needed to start streaming? You don't need anything. You just need something to stream it. Computer, Xbox. Okay, so bush. Let's get all my bushes out. Bush. So here's all my different options. I'm just getting them ready. This one. Thanks. Thank you. I appreciate it. Another bush. This one's from Anissa. That's about it. That's all you need. I promise you, that's literally all you need. I started streaming quite literally on my laptop, and I would stream from my bed with no camera on. If you want to do it, just start. I'm telling you, that's all you need. There's people that stream straight from their Xbox. If you want to stream, make it work. I promise you, you won't regret it. You like Paramore? We're in a Paramore little radio today. Wanting to save a save reminder. Thank you. Not necessarily, but I appreciate the save reminder. Every bush is different in its own way. No hidden innuendo in that one. You kind of look like the actress. Yes, thank you. Sammy Hanratty is her name. My name. No, I'm just kidding. But yes, that is her. All right, so I feel like these are a pretty decent mix. I'm going to see if there's one that has, yes, like this. Something with some flowers in it. You know what I mean? Just to mix it up a little bit. This one's like a wider version. Alexis, thank you for the heart from me. Hi, Michaela. What is her name? Sammy Hanratty. Hanratty. Ratty, like R-A-T-T-Y. Han, Hanratty. I believe that's how it's spelled. Ashley, thank you for the heart from me. All right, let's put these bushes together. So again, these are all either in like the bush area or they're in live edit. I'm telling you, you need them all. So what you're going to do is just kind of lay them out. And I think I'm going to delete this one. I think she looks a little better. I think I like these as like a good mix. And then maybe throw like one of these in here. I think I like this one. better than the darker one. And then I'll take the even lighter one like that. And then just do something like that. And then I might even grab another one of these and shrink it down. Just kind of space them out. It's not supposed to look super overgrown. It's like clean cluttered, if that makes sense. It's not supposed to be super crazy, just something a little simple. And then it looks like it's about the same thing over here. So a bush here, bush here, another bush. Alexis, thank you for the donuts. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Just something like that, a little more simple. And then now it's when it gets a little bit more creative control here. So like that. Like this, maybe a little bit. All right, I'm gonna tool mod this one because she would be perfect. She was just a little bit more in between. Like this. And then do keep in mind, if you have a platform, occasionally it will try to like go right to your platform, like it will elevate itself. Keep in mind it might start to float. And thank you guys for the follows. Thank you, Isabel. Thank you, Harper, Abby. And lyrically, thank you for the autumn love. Thank you so much. All right, and then I need another one of these bad boys. Right here. Another one. And then last but not least, just another little bush. Like this. And then we'll delete these. So it looks a little crazy. But honestly, it's about fine. But one thing you definitely want is a tree. You want something nice and big to fill up some of this land. And I wanted to put a tree right at the end of this fence to kind of like signal that the property ends right there without having to like fence the whole thing in. I think I'm gonna put in something like this. Just like that. And then I'm just gonna put it right in here. And again, how I'm moving it so freely is I'm holding down my Alt button. But we'll get more into cluttering and building inside next Thursday. So we'll go like that. Oh, good night, Abby. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you guys for the follows. Thank you, Simply Doodle Bex. Is it Selin? Thank you so much. Mother? What does that even mean? Okay. I think that's pretty decent. I hate this mailbox. So let me change my mailbox. Let's see. Let's do something. Oh, well, that's a little too much. I might just do this one. Something a little more simple. And I'm going to clip it right in the fence because why not? Voila. And then maybe like a little garbage can right up the other side of the fence, like this. Cute. Now, this is where terrain paint is about to go crazy. And I need you to bear with me because I tend to lock in a little bit too hard when I do terrain paint. Caitlin, thank you for the finger heart. So what I like to do is I start with dirt. I'm going to start with dirt and I'm going to map out where I want my pathway. I also need to turn my grid on so I can be a little bit more precise. Once you have that grid on, you'll be able to see it a little bit better. Just like that, and then just like this. And this is my base for my pathway. Just for my pathway. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to decide what I want to be my actual pathway. Hello? Oh, I didn't click on it. Nope, I like that one. Gravel's fine. That one's not too shabby. Okay, I might do this one. All right, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to trace the inside of this dirt like that, and I'm going to create my path. I want to leave a little bit of the dirt on the outside too. I don't want to completely cut it off. Okay, and then I'm going to shrink this. Now, you might be wondering why I left that dirt outline. I'm going to get rid of it a little bit here in a second. Also, Caitlin, thank you for the hand signal. Got my ladybug. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm blending. Yes, bear with me. We're cooking. I'm going to take, let's see. I think I'm going to do this lighter one or this darker one that's got more brown, less like red to it. And I'm just going to slowly, okay, I probably should have done that first. Oh, well. All right, just kidding then. I'm going to work with this one, I think. I'm going to lower my softness all the way down, and I'm just going to slowly bring in my eraser, just like that. That way it's not as harsh of a line, but it still creates the element. Again, I could just be talking right out of my ass. I'm not claiming to be a professional. This is just what I do, and I've convinced myself I'm doing. I don't actually know if it's computing the way my brain is telling me it is, but I feel like it makes it look more, what's the word? Like elevated, if that makes sense. I feel like I see it, it's not as flat. Can I see it? Okay, yep, okay. And then what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna use pine dust as my like, yeah, my little thing here. I'm just gonna come around here and cover all this up because I want this to be the pine dust. And then if I ever forget to do the first layer, what I would do then is I would come in with this and I would come around the edges and just make the slightest bit of a darker shadow around to create that like shadowed element. And you know what? That's why I hate that stupid mud. I always get convinced I'm gonna like it, and then it does that horrible texture to it. So I am just gonna use the dirt. Come around here. Thank you for the follow. Thank you. I will say, I feel like I convinced myself and I gaslight myself into thinking that if I keep the grid on, my lines are smoother. I don't actually know if that's true, but I have convinced myself. For science, of course. Katie, Rocky, thank you guys for the follows. Thank you, Izzy. Thank you, thank you. All right, I'm gonna erase this now too. Stunning. All right, a little bit softer right here. Beautiful. Now let's come in with our pine dust. And we're gonna go over all this. Our pine dust. And then you have to think too, in real life, hypothetically, like you're not gonna have like the most perfect landscaped bushes with flowers unless you quite literally have the time on your hands. I feel like it depends on the build. Like if it's a family with like 10 kids, I feel like you would have more of like an overgrown landscape job. And again, we'll kind of go over one day, maybe like 2 weeks from now on a Thursday, because our Thursdays are going to be more like building tutorial days. We can have a day just for landscaping and like how I would do it depending on who owns the house. Because when you're building a house, you can build to build, but I feel like it really does help if you try to like even mentally visualize who would live in there, because then it will help you like furnish it and give it more lore rather than it being like empty and soulless. Because I feel like that could be an issue sometimes. If you're just building and you have no lore or no like direction you're going, it could be like, all right, well, what am I doing? Girl, how'd you get the lining so neat? Thanks. Thank you. Oh, thank you for the follow. Thank you. Oh, you think it's neat? Thank you. All right, I think that's pretty decent. Now let me come in with my dirt. I didn't do. You know what? That's fine. It's pretty similar color-wise. Holy. Now, sometimes to help mix up some of this so it's not all just like bush, go into debug in your rocks and then grab a couple of like these and just throw them around. They don't have to have a rhyme or reason. If you try to get too particular about it, you've already lost. So like this can go here. Here.
Salamino pinguino. Tung 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 sa rua.
Now, Trilla. Thank you. Thank you guys for the follows. Thank you, Vanessa. Thank you so much, Trilla. Thank you. What if I like being all bush? Well, yay. I love it for you. All right, let's put another little rock here. And then maybe one over here. And then here's what we have so far. Now, another cheat code is grab your grass. If you have base game only, that is fine. I believe the one grass is base game. But I like to use the one from Cottage Living. But I'm going to see if I can find the base game one for you too, to show you how I would do it. Oh, good. I can't find it. Okay, that's fine. Could just try this. That's so chunky. Maybe it's in flowers? Sometimes that happens. Oh, here's like that. All right. Well, here's what I would do if I had Cottage Living, and I have Cottage Living. Also, Ashley, thank you for all of your awesomes. Thank you. This grass from Cottage Living is so nice for, like, if you were to mow the grass, it's never going to be perfect unless that's, like, your job and you're a professional trimmer and shit like that. So, what I would do is I would take this, size it out a little bit, and I like to just put this in my fence like so. Maybe switch it to this side this time. And I like to just put it in there. That way, like, it's not perfect by any means. You know, just a little trick. We have kind of lost the direction of the photo reference, but we're honestly almost done. So I'm trying to just kind of add in some extra time here. So, like, that would be there. And then we'll put this big one again. Another big one in the corner. Just like so. And then you're going to come in with your terrain tool. And again, this Smarter Soil and I are best friends. I'm going to lower my softness again. And then you're just going to follow this line. Just like that. Oh my god, I'm like hacking this. Look how smooth. Anyways, this is probably the best I've actually ever done terrain paint. That's crazy. Oh, I just messed up. Hi, Christina. How are you? Also, hi, MJ. Thank you guys for the heart me's. So I'm just kind of going like this, just adding in some of this dirt. Just to give that a little bit of like a darker shading around the fence line. A little bit like that. Yippee. That was a little bit too dark, but that's okay. And then right with the mailbox, again, just that right there. Oh, I went a little bit too far. There, perfect. And then maybe like lighter grass here, like this Too Hot to Trot, right underneath the mailbox. Like maybe the grass is dead right there. And then I'm going to come in with more dead grass. I'm going to make my brush a little bit bigger. I'm going to make sure my softness. And then I'm just going to come through and tap this around. There's something about like perfect grass that's a little unsettling to me. So I like to kind of come around and add in different textures of grass. And this one's pretty good, like this Willow Creek one, but especially when it comes to like Brindleton Bay, that's when I will really mix it up. Hopefully Freckle Link. Look at that. Oh, you look like Debbie Ryan. I just saw that for some reason. Another good one too is this Scratchy and Patches. I actually didn't think I knew that was the name of it. That one, this one also matches it too, so you can kind of like come in put this like that, and then come in with some of like the grass that kind of intermixed into it. Just to add in some of that dirt with grass. A little bit more. And then if I do this, that's what she looks like so far. Now, I don't love how perfect this corner looks. It's a little unnerving to me. So I might... Okay, 3-stream streak, Michaela. Let's go. Woohoo. Please put the walls up so we can see the house. We will, Beth. We will. I promise. Thank you for the follow, Bree. Welcome in. Oh, you forgot to save? I'm so sorry. My fur baby isn't feeling well. I'm so sorry, Christina. Hopefully they feel better. I can't believe it. Oh my gosh, that's the 3 streams. Add a gnome, my lord. Oh, we could add a gnome. We could also add a little flamingo if we want. Maybe just to remove this like sharp edge, I might add a couple of these little rocks. Never mind. Maybe instead I'll do a tree there. But just something to cover that up, because I get a little bit unnerved when things are a little bit too perfect with landscaping. Especially the terrain paint. It's a tough battle with that terrain paint, I'm telling you what. Start it like this and put her right there. Oh, cute. There's also this one. I kind of like that. All right, what do we think so far? A bird bath, also genius. And last night, so fingers are crossed. Mine are also crossed for you. Birthday card in the mailbox for your 30th birthday. Oh. Thanks. Thank you. All right, now next step is lighting. So I'm going to turn off all my lights. And then let's see what we can do here to make it a little more lively in here. And I'm going to go to my wall lighting. And yes, I go to the bathroom to do it because I find it easier. And I actually love this one that came with Business and Hobbies. It's one of my new favorites of all time. So I might put that like in here. Like that. That's kind of decent, but I was kind of thinking something above this one. And we got that kit, this one. Oh, why is the kit like that? To go like right above. That's kind of nice. It doesn't really actually light anything up, apparently. Good to know. And then maybe we'll come in with this growing together one. She's a trooper. Maybe like up here, just to kind of give us some light up there. And then I might now just do some outdoor lighting in the, like this little area. I'm also going to pull these out a little bit more. Perfect. Okay, let's see. Fun fact, I got that romantic garden stuff pack, like that little whatever it was. One day they put it in the EA store for free. And now I use it all the time because first of all, it was free. So why would I not? A couple of those to light up the walkway for here. Stunning, spectacular. No, I'm not going to decorate the inside. Today is a tutorial day. We're calling it either like Tutorial Thursday, Michaela called it, or Learn with Laney. Anything that you want to call it. It's just a day where I'm going to teach you guys how to do things in building. Today we just learned how to replicate a picture, or how I would do it at least, to help if you ever wanted to like copy a picture, and some other little tips and tricks. And then next Thursday, we will be doing how I start from scratch. And then one day will be dedicated towards just purely furnishing and cluttering. Another day will be like purely landscaping. We might even have a day just for roofing as well. So we have lots of Thursdays to look forward to. Laney teaches. I forgot about that one with the double S. Thank you for reminding me. So yes, we're just gonna have little Thursdays together. Oh, nice! Yum! Love that one. But yeah, so if you ever want to rewatch them, if you ever miss them, I do upload my VODs over on the Purple app. And I'm gonna try to get it posted on YouTube, but the bangs look a little rough today, so I might be a little too self-conscious to post it on YouTube, but we'll see. An educator, if you will. Okay, thank you. Godfrey Girl has branding. Thank you. I'm sorry about your lice. Well, let's see. Here's the backyard. I'll just quickly do this so you can see how I would do a little bit of backyard landscaping. Not that it's really any different, but I just copy the exact same vibe that I would do in the front. So I would do this pine dust. Okay, hold on. Oh my god, oops. See, this is why I have to have my grid. Okay, this. Oh, hold it too far down. Also, is anyone watching Love is Blind? Because I need you guys to catch up, because I need people to talk about it. Not the chef's kiss. Yummy. What if I just did this? Like, rounded that? Not too much. Coming with that one for more. You know what I hate? Have you ever noticed that the terrain paint hates rounds? Like, rounded? Look at that. That's supposed to be a full circle. But it, like, doesn't. Have you ever noticed that? It's horrible. The season's really, really bad. Sorry, that was me? Okay. So maybe I'll just keep this again. Try again. Whatever, that's fine. I do feel like this backyard one. Flea, lice, cockroach. Oh, good. Good, good, good. I feel like this jungle adventure tile is so slept on. I know I say that every time I use it, but it really is. Let me see. Something simple. Just to come up here. Ugh, I don't like that one either. Stone? Huh. What pack is that? Huh. For rent. I wouldn't have guessed that, actually. That's kind of crazy. That's pretty nice. All right, let me try maybe changing the platform trim. Oh my gosh. Please. Please. Okay, wait. Like this. Ooh. Okay, not too shabby, just simple. I do feel like maybe we should do a fence back here to fence in this. I feel like when I do a back porch, I like something that's similar to the vibe of the front, but we didn't have a fence in the front. Does this match? I thought that matches. It's like Craftsman style, right? Lie to me. It's Craftsman style, right? Right? I pretending like I know. Where's the matching? Match you. What if I did that? This was so broken. Delete this. Alright, maybe if I did this. What is wrong with my stairs right here? Sometimes you'll encounter a glitch in the game that can't be explained by anything normal, and we'll just pretend like we don't see it. So, I'll go like this to make the front and the back match. Perfect. That's actually the blueprint for Craftsman. Thank you. Also, Lindsay, thank you for the roses. It's going good. Thank you for asking. Yes? Okay, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Alright, I will say, I feel like some of these, shutters would help the back, because it looks a little flat here. She could use a little help. You know what I mean? Let's go like this. And then maybe above it as well, up here. Oh my god, please. My shaky hands don't help this. I'm actually gonna blame the mouse. It's definitely not me. It's never me. Ah! Okay, good. Oh, good. That's fine. It's fine. Add an overhang for the back porch? Well, if you would have asked nicely, maybe. But no, no. I recently added a basement to one of my houses, and when I'm upstairs, I see a basement. It's not mine. Wait, it's not mine. I recently added a basement to one of my houses, and when I'm upstairs, I see a basement. It's not mine. So, do you have a basement, or do you not have a basement? Because you said you added a basement, and you see a basement. Maybe with the update? Wait, do you mean like go down there? Did you add a basement? Yes or no? Because you said, wait. I just want to make sure I'm understanding it. Because I think I understood what you were saying for like 1 second, and now I'm confused again. I said you added a basement, and now they're going into the basement that you added. Thank you. Thank you very much. And when I'm on the main floor, it's a room with a blue. It's a room with blue. And not what I made. Room with blue? Oh my god. When I go in the basement, it's what I made, but on the main floor from the stairs, it's different. On the main floor from the stairs, it's different. Jessica, thank you for the follow. Like the stairs to the basement also. Wait. An exorcism? I thought you were talking about this, because sometimes if you add a basement. Oh, how does that happen? Hold on. There's sometimes a way that they like peek out of the ground like that, and then you'll have like the room on top of it too. Hold on, let me do it just so you can barely see it. I thought you were talking like this. Oh. But you're saying when you add a staircase. Oh my god, she's too small. Just to make sure I'm understanding this. When you look down in there, Sims 4. Oh, have you ever played Sims 4 on a PS5? Never. When you're saying you're peeking, right? you're like doing a little peek, and that's not what you made from above. So like your Sims has possessed itself and it's added an entirely new basement for you. But then when you come down, it's like what it is supposed to be. It's only when you're like the floor above it. When you're peeking down, it's different. Right at the top of the stairs, I can see through the wall. It's weird. It's not what I created. Yes. What? 911? I have no idea. I wonder if it's like sometimes my items, if I'm on a different floor, will disappear, but it's not like entirely different, if that makes sense. Like sometimes if I have like clutter, or like items, like furniture in a basement, if I'm looking from above, I won't see it, but it won't be like entirely different. I think you need to delete it. I think that's my idea. Thank you for the heart me and the love you so much. Thank you. Also, thank you for the follow. It's harder, I think, on PS5. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. I'm sure it is. It took me forever to make. What if you saved the basement? If you click on a room, and a basement should count too, click on the room, hit the save to my library button. Can you guys even see that we're on TikTok? Hit the save room. Yeah, you can. If you click on a room, make sure it's highlighted. Hit save room. Save that to your library, and then try replacing it. Try that. That would be the only thing I could think of. Because that's so. I almost want you to send a picture. It's actually so creepy. Someone's living in your basement. They're living in there. They're overtaking it. All right, let me delete these. Because I am going to post this. I don't want you guys to have my random furniture everywhere. You come upstairs. Laws. I will keep the doors. I'll just put some base game ones down so you guys can kind of have like a better idea of the floor plan I had in case you wanted it off the gallery. You see? Ooh, maybe this one. Cute. 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 Okay. Come downstairs. Oh. Can I still have this? Do you guys want me to keep the walls and like the floor plan I have? Well, for troubleshooting, do you ever have issues with the lighting? A room that has a staircase all the time. All the time. And the best thing I've noticed is keeping a light like right where you need it. If that makes sense. I don't know how to describe that. Like keeping it. I can't think of the word. I can't think of it. I'm sorry. It's been a long day. It's been a long day. Okay. I streamed for 4 hours earlier today and then I got right back on so I can be here tonight. All right, I think that was supposed to be the garage, and this was supposed to be like an office, and then I think this was an archway. Like the wallpaper, and I realized you didn't put one yet. Oh, well, actually, if you like the wallpaper, I'm pretty sure it comes with the garage restoration kit. Thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you. Holy moly! Imagine asking a question and you have 5 people so eager to help you. See, that's why we love the girls here. All right. I know you guys didn't answer the question, but I am just gonna keep the floor plan. We did go over it, so just know if you were curious, you could change it. You could do whatever you want. If you do end up building in this house, or doing anything with it, please send me a picture of it. I would love to see it. Also, Gab, thank you for the heart me. Don't forget to join the Discord. We have a little community over on Discord. We do movie nights, craft nights, we have buildings, stuff like that. You also see my schedule and other things. We actually just recently, like, was it yesterday? Everyone was sending baby pictures, so we get to see baby pictures of all of us. But thank you guys for the follows. Thank you, Soap. Thank you, Sid. Thank you, Emma. The link to join my Discord is in my bio. I can also throw it in chat here. If you're watching on Purple app, I can just do this. Madison Molly, thank you guys for follows. Oh, I'm gonna say this wrong. I'm so sorry. Please correct me. Is it? See, I always feel bad. I knew immediately I'm gonna get those wrong. 𝐒𝐤𝐢𝐚? I'm so sorry. I feel really bad. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Don't do it. Oh, Anissa, thank you. There is the link to join. If you hold down on that comment, you can hit copy to send, put it in your browser. I will say too, we have a goal for the month of October. We're trying to get to 800 members, and we're at like 700 and let me see. Is there a way that I can check real quick? Call me ZZ. Oh, good night, Leslie. No, you were so close. The X sounds like a Z. So 𝐒𝐤𝐢𝐚. Oh my god, thank you. Okay. I was so bad. And just the other day, I just realized Linnea, I've been calling her Naya, and she was like, hey. Yeah, because I saw a TikTok she posted, and I was like, have I been saying the name wrong the whole time? I didn't say anything. Thank you for this follow, so welcome in. Wait. Yes, if you paste that link, Step on Me, into your browser, so like your Safari or your Chrome browser, it will get you in there. We're also at 775 members, and again, we're trying to get to 800 by the end of October. You all had us all saying it wrong. Oh my god, who did that? Okay. Well, let me go ahead and upload this. And I will also paste the CC links as well in the Discord if you're wanting to download it with CC. I'll share that with you. Oh, what should I call this? I'll call it Build Together. And then the date. Okay, can I spell? Save to the gallery. Really? Yay! Well, I'm so glad you're here. You gotta join. Sophie, you gotta join. Because now I'm obsessed. Now I'm obsessed. Well, thank you. Welcome in. Also, Nessa, thank you for the follow. Who played Elvis? Who played Elvis? All right, should I take you guys on a little tour? So we have our reference photo that we were looking off of our very first day of learning with Laney. What did we think? While I'm showing you guys opinions, do you guys want like a specific thing for me to add to the next thing of our learning with Laney? 𝐒𝐤𝐢𝐚, thank you so much for the rose. Thank you. And the pumpkin. Thank you so much. So here we have our little front. Go like this. Come in here. Here is the entryway. Or how the little reading nook would be there. Here is the kitchen would be here. Dining room. A little office could be in here. And this way you could put a little living room. Or you can break down this wall and turn it into like open concept. Back door. Come this way. And we have a big open landing space. Primary bedroom's right here with an ensuite little closet and an ensuite bathroom. Stunning. Come outside here. Bedroom number 2 with a little private bathroom as well. So it's 2 bathrooms, 2 bedrooms. You could turn this into another bedroom if you wanted to not have an office. You could turn this one into a bedroom, or you could turn this one into a garage. Either or, she's there for you. I love designing houses in The Sims 4 and PS5. Really? I can imagine it'd be really difficult. This sounds to it. But yeah, how did we like it? If you had to give it a rating, 1 out of 10 being your favorite stream you've seen from me yet, or yeah, a 10 being your favorite stream you've seen from me yet, a 1 being like, I like your other streams better. What do we think? Are we liking it? 1 out of 10, be honest, be rude, be mean, just kidding, be nice. 10? Really? You rub your little hands together. Thank you. Okay, 10s. What? Okay. Thank you so much for the dolphin. Thank you. You love Teach Sims videos. See, that's what I struggle with, like, making the videos. I could do a stream all day. Besides when people are like, "Are you 30?" Okay. But yeah, it's just easier for me to be able to just yap it all out because I'm such an over explainer. I feel like I need to like start from the beginning. You know what I mean? I'm so glad you guys are here. We will go ahead and move over to just the purple app. So if you'd like to come and join us over on Twitch, we will be moving to just Twitch only for the rest of the night. Then we're gonna play some games. So if you like to play games, you should definitely join us. Let's see. Oh, we got Applesauce Kitty in the chat. We got Sid in the chat. And okay, we got Q-Bone's mom in the chat. Yippee! Oh, okay. Beautiful. So yes, come join us over on Twitch. We will be over here for the rest of the night. Everybody say good night. If you would like to join us over on Twitch, my username is the same on here. It is also linked in my bio. Really? Well, I learned something new today too. I didn't realize you could like single-handedly place the the trim on just one wall at a time. And you think I would like know that because you could do that with almost everything else in the game. Hi, welcome in. Okay, 3 stream streak. Thank you. But yes, I hope you have a good night. We will be on tomorrow night as well. If you cannot come join us over on Twitch, thank you for the follow. Oh, you're done. You're done. So yes, come join us over on Twitch. We'll be over there for the remainder of the night playing some games together. If you can't join us, we will see you tomorrow. Make sure, again, join the Discord if you would like to. But otherwise, everybody say good night, TikTok. Oh, a trick or treat.
I love you.
Thank you for the follow. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yes. Good night, TikTok. But yes, thank you. If you're watching this VOD back too, good night. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked it. If there's anything else you'd like to see from me, please let me know. I'd love to hear it. Happy to have you. All the good things. But we will see you later. Goodbye.